Checking. 1, 2, 3.
Check the audio. This is Smith Slye. This is Connor Simmons.
Joining the booth, we got Zach on camera. Kate's going to be on. Oh, the kick is up for Buffalo to go to overtime. Money. They got it. Sweet.
We'll also be keeping up to date on the Seahawks versus Niners game as well. That's going to be a fun one as well.
Yeah.
As the game's progressing, we'll be talking about that as well.
We start talking about
yeah, when we're live on air. This is Smith Slye with Connor Simmons for KUGR Cougar College Radio, just ahead of the Winter Classic in Kalispell, Montana. Connor will have play-by-play for first and third. I will have play-by-play for the second period. We will see you at puck drop closer to around 6 p.m. Montana time. So we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
This is a KUGR sports production,
Good pass down low to Airstrip, and he scores off the glass.
giving you play-by-play coverage of all your favorite WSU athletics.
He doesn't get it! He stops at the line!
Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and more.
Absolutely electrifying play from Washington State to get him right back in this game.
Follow us on YouTube at KUGR Sports to listen to every game live.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Never miss a moment with the best in the West. KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
Gets the Cougs on the board with less than 20 seconds remaining in this first period. Here come the Cougs.
And now, back to the game.
You're listening to Cougar Hockey on KUGR.
Kalispell, Montana, WSU a long way from home, and a game being played in freezing cold temperatures outside, 26 degrees to be exact. Washington State University Cougars take on the Montana Grizzlies. I'm Connor Simmons, joined in the booth with my partner in crime, Smith Slye, in this outdoor arena. It's freezing cold for probably us and the players. How are you feeling about tonight's game?
Well, I'll tell you, Connor, it is a brisk 26 degrees up north in the northwestern half of Montana. I mean, this is kind of deja vu for us. We did the outdoor game against Western back in the Collegiate Classic in Winthrop, Washington. That one was cold, not quite as cold as it is tonight. This one's also a bit brisk as well. But the Cougs coming off a win against Utah Valley University. They won that game 6-4. Great motivation builder after you got absolutely beat up by UW 10-0 in the Toyota Center. You lost in that running clock scrimmage as well. So you build up some momentum beating UVU. And UVU is a familiar opponent with the University of Montana Griz as well. They both play in the MWCHL. They play in the same conference. Of course, Utah Valley is dead last in the MWCHL. They are winless on the season thanks to the Cougs, able to pick up a win against them. So they remain winless on the year. But the University of Montana is just only one spot above the Wolverines in the MWCHL. It's a mouthful at times.
Yes.
But they're just one spot above them. But don't let that fool you. The Griz are not a bad team by any means. They are 11-12-1 overall in the year, 5-12 in conference. They play against some tough conference opponents, including Weber State, who is undefeated so far this year. So this Griz team, not necessarily a bad team by any means, but they definitely, the Cougs could catch them sleeping in this matchup, and especially they could do that if Alexi Cool continues to do what he's been doing so far this year.
Well, it's been a pretty even start to the year, I guess you could say, for WSU in 2026. Is obviously in the biggest game of some of these guys' careers. You can say they got kind of embarrassed. It was a 10-0 game. You would think a lot of them lost a lot of confidence. That is, you lose a lot of confidence in a game like that, no matter who you are, no matter what you think the game went. And it was a super exciting game for them. And then for them to get a win last Thursday night, and a pretty good one at that, where, like you like to call him, the freshman phenom, he got a hat trick, which is just stupendous and just an amazing game by David Bushkin himself. But this is another game to get right back on track. Start a little win streak, get something going. If you can win Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just keep the win streak going. You guys can have a lot of confidence going into the playoffs and maybe even get a team on a bad day like the Huskies or whoever's the Trojans. Whoever it is, it should be a good opportunity in this game to get it started, because like we said, Montana, regardless of the record, in a very hard conference, very hard division, this isn't going to be an easy game for WSU.
Absolutely, yeah. And if David Bushkin, I mean, hey, he got a hat trick yesterday, or not, pardon me, not yesterday, Thursday night, a natural hat trick, 3 straight goals against the Utah Valley Wolverines. He's just a very aggressive, physical player, whether that's on the power play, whether that's on the penalty kill, whether it's 5-on-5, no matter what. He's always in on the play. He's quick. He crashes the net. He does everything you need to do to be able to score in the ACHA. 15 goals, 5 assists. He's one of the best freshmen in the Pac-8 so far this year, and he's kind of been the spearhead for this Cougar team, which is kind of, to help complement the Cole Carlsons of your team, the Van Rainers of your team, the Samuel Hovenens of your team, and be able to provide some team support for Alexi Cool. Team support is a phrase that Lupinacci throws around a lot. You didn't get a lot of that against the Huskies. It was not a lot of team support for Alexi Cool. He ended up getting a little hurt in that game as well. He's dealing with a groin injury, which is carrying over most likely into the night as well, which is why you got Cole Eastman there on the bench as well for the Cougs to help back him up a little bit. You got Wesley Martin, who came in during that Apple Cup matchup in Tri-Cities, but now you got another goaltender on the roster to help add a little bit of depth to this team. Because as good as Wesley Martin was in that game, went 3 for 3, you need just a little bit of extra depth on the bench so that when you go to play the third game of this series, you start with UVU, now you're playing Montana, and you're going to play against a conference opponent, Western, who you've yet to beat so far this year. You play them tomorrow, your legs are going to be tired, your goalies are going to be tired. You need that depth in the goaltending department.
Well, and going back like what you just said with the goaltenders, Cole Eastman took about a year and a half off for, I guess we could say, personal reasons, etc., and stuff like that. But it's huge because there has been whispers around the locker room. Alexi Cool having a groin injury. He exited the game where Wesley Martin came in that huge game in the Tri-Cities. So Alexi Cool probably is playing with injury. It's hard to recover that fast in less than a week, especially in a 5-hour trip from Pullman to here. It's going to be an exciting game for sure. Montana's not going to let it be easy, but WSU looks to come out in front here in this Winter Classic game. I'm Connor Simmons, joining the booth with Smith Slye. We'll be with you guys at Puck Drop. in a game that is going to be freezing cold. Might have some hockey players wearing turtlenecks. We'll see how this game goes as it's underway. Minnesota, or my apologies, Nash Wilson versus Lexi Cool is going to be the goaltender matchup. Cleared in. Two Husky defenders hit each other and almost lose the puck. Montana on the forecheck right now, clearing all the way around. Up to center ice, still keeping it in Cougar zone, looking to clear it. Number 11. Out of coming and bringing it all by himself, that is Cole Carlson, who gets sandwiched between two defenders of the Grizzlies. I believe behind the net of Nash Wilson. Nash Wilson swings it around. Sam Hembry swings it back behind the net of Nash Wilson once again. A Grizzly defender is going to try and clear it up and out of play as they're skating into Cougar zone. Clears it into Cougar zone. The man to touch will be Alexi Cool behind his own net. Getting out to Keegan Lowe. It's going to be to Sam Hembry. A bad pass leads to the Grizzlies getting possession as number 4, Alex Niebauer, is passing around the zone. Trying to clear it to David Bushkin, and he does. Good clear by David Bushkin right there. Grizzlies looking to reset. Smith, looking at this goalie matchup, what do you think's in store for both these goaltenders?
Well, I mean, Nash Wilson, not the best goaltender on the squad. He's got an .898 save percentage, averaging about 3.82 goals against on average. But he's a pretty decent backup. I mean, you would have thought they would have went with Jordan Belly for the starter of this game, but it looks like they're going to lean on him midway through this game potentially.
It might be a situation where we switch off 1 and 3 and someone gets the second period, so we might see Jordan Belly come around second period. Grizzlies cleared in once again. Just a lot of dump and run hockey being played right now. No icing so far in the game either, as this one might be the first one. I might have jinxed the Cougs, and I did. That's the announcer jinx right there. But not a lot of offense being set up right now as Max Lazaro gets the icing call.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, it kind of put it perfectly. It's dump and chase hockey so far from both these teams. They're kind of feeling each other out a little bit. They're trying to figure out what's the skill level of both these teams. And right now, you got face-off in the Cougar zone. Cougs blinked first. They had the first icing, so I wouldn't be surprised if Montana capitalizes here.
Number 15, Gray Wagner of the Grizzlies wins it, but Max Lazaro is able to steal it and bring it into Grizzly zone. Getting cut off by man, number 22, Dan Upton. Dan Upton slams Max Lazaro against the boards. Lazaro trying to steal it once again. Grizzlies not letting anything go as Upton is looking to clear it. He gets it to his man himself. Just a lot of jukes in their own zone. Grizzlies kind of just wasting time with about 18 minutes left in this first period. It's 0-0, no shots left. Lucas Robinson does his best soccer Cristiano Ronaldo impression as he kicks up in there. Gets it stolen away from him. Grizzlies might go 2-on-1. Good clear away by Reed Mullen. Good job right there. Braden Smith trying to dig up to Evan King. Evan King clears it. No, stolen away by number 7, Will Pankratz. Again, just a bouncing puck, stolen away. Grizzlies bringing in number 22, all by himself, Dan Upton. Upton speeding towards the net on Alexi Cool. He shoots, and he scores! Dan Upton, on the first shot of this hockey game, has scored and puts the Grizzlies out in front.
Dan Upton in his hometown in Missoula, Montana. Well, Kalispell, a little bit north of Missoula, but same general region. He gets on the board first. He breaks the ice. A beautiful move. Just made the Cougs look silly there. Just muscled his way past them. He's just too fast. He's able to beat Cool there. That's just too easy. And that's the thing. That's the skill that this Montana team has. They can make you pay. That's his second goal of the year, his 4th point. So an unusual suspect for the Montana Grizzlies in this game.
Number 24, Teague Wagner brings in once again, tries to go up high on Alexi Cool. Nothing found there. But it has been about 1 minute and 40 seconds, and we already have a goal in this game, and no saves in the game for either goaltender, and no shots for WSU. Slammed against the boards right next to here on the cameraman. Zach doing his best to get that action shot. A tipped puck almost leads to an own goal on Alexi Cool, but they're able to clear it out once again. Trying to clear the center ice, get to his man, Samuel Hovinen, but it's cleared. It's going to be icing as number 24, Teague Wagner, beats it out. No, it's called off. It looks like it was tipped by Samuel Hovinen. Keeping it inbounds with Luke Jurgensen. Jurgensen has a lot of animosity against this team as he was on Montana State, so he's played Montana quite a bit in his lifetime.
Yeah, definitely. This is a familiar foe for Luke Jurgensen. He's been very impressive so far since making that move from MSU to Wazoo, going from being a Bobcat to being a Cougar. He's got 3 goals, 6 assists so far this year. He's a 6-year student. He's a forward, and he has immediately clicked with this first line. He has such great chemistry with Samuel Hovinen and Cole Carlson, and that's why he's been able to find so much success on that first line.
A bouncing puck in front of Nash Wilson leads to the Cougars having to retreat. Bringing in once again, trying to keep it in the zone. Number 15 trying to do the same thing Upton did, shoots it backhand. Nothing is found there as that 15 is Gray Wagner.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That was the same move that Dan Upton made, except that time Wagner tried to kind of backhand shovel it up over the shoulder. So, I mean, hey, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you can keep putting that power move on Alexi Cool, and if it keeps working, keep going back to the well.
And going back to that Dan Upton goal, he was moving pretty fast. I don't think Alexi Cool even thought he was going to be able to get to him in time. So I think Alexi Cool had like a last second, didn't know what to do moment. It leads to a relatively easy goal for Dan Upton and a pretty fast goal in this game. A puck that is cleared high and away over the glass, I believe, as we're going to get a puck drop on the far face-off circle in Cougar zone with 16 minutes exactly left in this first period. Montana out in front.
Yeah, that was just a mental mistake there from John Baird, the senior from Erie, Colorado. Just kind of shoveled it up out of play. He definitely was frustrated with himself after that one.
Ben Kramer's trying to bad pass by him right there, leads to almost getting stolen away, keeping in bounds, but it was a Grizzly defender. Good job by him right there. Reed Mullen on the forecheck. Him and Lucas Robinson trying to clear it out. All the way to number 15. Oh, man, falls down as that's the Grizzlies, number 19 right there, John Baird. Going in the corner zone on the left side of Nash Wilson. Trying to keep it in. WSU still with no shots, and then Montana with about 3 shots, but one of them has gone in. Now on the far zone in Cougar zone. 1v3, and WSU does win that battle, but kicks out. Slap shot from the point. Cleared away by Alexi Cool on his stick. Getting back into play. A pass leads to nobody as it's in no man's land. Right there, number 21, Ethan Jerelnick is the man to try and save it right there, but it's cleared away from the Cougars. Once again, Cougars not getting able to set anything up right now, Smitty.
Absolutely not. It's been very, I'd say, equal skill level from both these teams. Yes, no, the score doesn't necessarily reflect that. It's 1-0 Montana, but on some of the chances that Montana has had, the defense for the Cougs has done a really good job of just limiting the quality of the shots. They haven't been really great, except for the Upton shot, and of course that one shot from Wagner, which almost went in. So, Wazoo really step in step right now with the Griz.
Lex Bauer clears into the zone, trying to get to his man, Luke Jurgensen. Jurgensen follows a Grizzly defender behind the net of Nick Nash, and here comes the Grizzlies pushing in once again on Micah Clark. Micah Clark hits the body. Him and Cole Carlson almost go through a Grizzly defender like wallpaper right there, keeping it to the zone. Number 15 from the point, shoots. Lexi Cole swallows that one whole, and we finally get a stop in play here with 14 minutes and 19 seconds left in this first period of Montana out in front.
Man, that was Teague Wagner. He was an absolute dog so far. And on that opportunity there, he brought it in, had skated the puck into the zone, and then was at the blue line to be able to put that shot on as well. So he's been doing a really great job on that, at least on that line, and being able to get some production.
Corner behind the net of Alexi Cool after he gets about a really good save right about there. Grizzlies having to recheck once again. The Cougs paying a lot of just dumping it around and letting the Grizzlies hold possession majority of this time of this first period. 6 minutes has passed, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Grizzlies have had the puck for about 4 minutes. Keeping it in, stolen away. Good job right there by the Cougs. David Bushkin, we've said he's been aggressive on almost every time he's out here on the ice, whether it's a power play, whether it's a shoreman up, or whatever it is. David Bushkin is having a great year so far. Number 6 bringing in, tries to center up in front. Nothing is found there as a shot doesn't even get to Alexi Cool. Number 8 clears it back in. Cleared away against the center ice. Number 6 is going to be the man, Javier Hamlin. Hamlin looking for a man out in front. Cougs block the lane right there. Another potential shot. No, sends it behind the net of Alexi Cool. Another Grizzly defender at the point. Passing back and forth. David Bushkin sticking his stick out right there. Make sure no pass gets through. Behind the net of Alexi Cool once again. Grizzlies trying to just get something going. Cougars playing pretty good defense right now. Not letting any good opportunities go. Slap shot from the point. Doesn't even hit the net as it bounces around. Slammed against the boards. What a massive hit right there. As number 23, Matt Klein, gets hit. And there's some pushing and shoving.
Oh, man, that was a little too close and impersonal to us. That was Max Lazaro lowering the shoulder on Matt Klein, just pushing him down to the ground. Lazaro bullies the Chicago, Illinois native, a freshman. He's got 22 points so far this year, so Klein's been very impressive. But when you get bullied by Max Lazaro right, Max Lazaro leads the team for penalty minutes. He's a physical presence. He's not afraid to pester people, harass them a little bit. So if the Cougs can keep doing that, they can win the physical side of the game.
And the first mistake of the game is to the Cougs as the Grizzlies go on the power play early in this first period. Send it out in front behind the net to Alexi Cool. Luke Jurgensen trying to clear it with Lex Ballard, and it is cleared away. You have Cole Carlson, Luke Jurgensen, Keegan Lucas, and Sam Hembry. The Cougars out on the ice right now as Grizzlies are regrouping behind the net of Nash Wilson, who hasn't faced barely any shots right now. Sam Hembry's able to a weak clear attempt right there, but the Grizzlies do have to retouch as they hit the offside line. Clearing it back in. Number 24 going in, might do the same move Upton did. Out in front. Alexi Cool's able to save that one. Trying to clear it out as Luke Jurgensen just can't. You see he gets slammed on the boards. From the point again, sends it down low. Up to a man in front. Wrist shot. hits the post of Alexi Cool's right side, and the ref calls it dead for a reason we're about to understand.
Very fun game so far, Connor. I'll say that. It's a 1-0 game. Montana leads it, but I mean, I feel like we've said it a couple times now. It is very, very even. You know, the Montana hasn't necessarily pulled ahead by any means. They have the man advantage, but the Cougs, the penalty kill, if they can get a good kill to start out the game right here, that's a huge motivation builder, momentum builder for the rest of this game. You got 12 minutes and 21 seconds left. If you can just kill off the first penalty of the game, that's a good sign for Coug fans.
Gray Wagner of the Grizzlies wins the faceoff, clearing out to number 7, Will Pankratz. Pankratz to a defender, looking to go in. One other wrist shot out in front to number 9, shoots it, scores! Number 9, Luke Pizzi.
The Washington native, he's out of Black Diamond, Washington. Luke Pizzi, the freshman, gets his 3rd goal of the year, makes it 2-0. That is huge for the Griz. They're up 2-0 with 12 minutes left in the first frame. I mean, the Griz, I feel silly now. I was saying that they're pretty equal in terms of skill level, but right now the Griz are kind of proving me wrong.
Well, I want to say I can't even remember WSU getting a shot up yet. They haven't done anything in the offensive zone yet, and right now they're 0 for 1 on special teams. Just not a great start for the Cougs right now. I don't know if they're letting frustration get to them or what, but it doesn't matter. The Grizzlies are up 2-0 with 12 minutes left in this first period. Puck is in center ice, a battle for them as a Cougar hits the ground with a Montana Grizzly on top of him. A wrist shot from the point. Cole Carlson, a far shot leads to Nash Wilson gloving that down, playing catch with dad, as that was really easy for him.
That's really the first shot that he's really had to face so far in this game. Like we mentioned, he's got an .898 save percentage coming into this game. He's averaging about 3.82 goals against. So, I mean, yeah, you could say that he's expected to average about 3 goals so far, or supposed to average 3 goals total in the game. But right now, the Cougs aren't exactly playing like it. They haven't really been able to get anything offensively going. They've been playing a bit of defense a lot so far in this game.
Micah Clark, London getting a man up in front. It's going to be, I believe that's David Bushkin. David Bushkin gets slammed against on the ice. Can't really see from this angle as the Grizzlies able to come out of it right there, bringing it to center ice. Getting tripped up right there. Good stick by Van Rayner, the captain of this team. Bringing it to Lex Ballard. Lex Ballard takes a shot to the dome right there. Bringing it in, he might have a Montana Grizzly one-on-one, but here comes Keegan Lucas to save a wrist shot. Saved by Alexia Cool. Gets shoved down once again as the Grizzlies are on the face-off, or not face-off, the push once again. Bringing it back as the Grizzlies have to regroup as the blue line was cleared. Almost a mistake right there. Keegan Lucas was the man to save the Cougars from making this a potential 3-0 game. Bringing in once again like no rest behind the net of Lexi Cool. The puck is going to be cleared away. The Cougars have won it. Looking to get the man out in front. It's going to be Evan King. Evan King gets it stolen away from him. Keegan Lucas is the man to retreat once again. Having a long, tiring shift right there as Evan King is able to get out with it. Might go all by himself, makes a move, wrist shot, or no, behind a backhand shot, I believe. Leads to a save right there by Nash Wilson as the puck dribbles its way to Nash Wilson once again. Cougars finally get something going offensively right now with 10 minutes and 27 seconds left in this first period. 2-0 hockey game. Grizzlies out in front.
And that was a good shot there from Evan King. I mean, maybe you throw some snow, maybe look for another option to pass out to, but at this point, you just need to try and put pucks on net. Evan King, 2 goals, 1 assist so far this year. Not the most impressive freshman campaign, but hey, the Cougs will take whatever they can get right now.
Matt Klein of the Grizzlies gets the push started as number 7, Will Pankratz, is the one to bring it back in. Luke Jurgensen with puck possession tries to clear on the backhand. He does get it out. Again, I don't know if that's the play for the Cougars right now as they are down 2 goals. Bringing in once again, number 21, Ethan Jerelnick. Wrist shot, Alexi Cool with a good pad save right there. Jerelnick still on the forecheck once again, able to get it to Ben Kramers. Kramers trying to center out in front. Nothing is found there for Kramers. Number 7, Will Pankratz, was the one man to touch it, but gets it stolen away from him. As WSU clears it once again. Nash Wilson has the puck behind his net. Grizzlies looking to clear it once again, push it back in, a little regroup for the Grizzlies. Nothing new, they haven't seen this game. Clears it back into the far left side, or right side of Alexia Cool. Cleared once and no, not cleared away. Almost a big tipper right there is number 21, Ethan Jerelnick, or Aiton Jerelnick was the one to try and tip it. Cleared again, Nash Wilson's the man to grab it behind his own net. Just the Cougars need to get something set offensively. What is something the Cougs can improve on so far in this first period, Smith?
Really, it's just possession time as there's an opportunity right here.
Shoots it, that's a 5-4 goal! 3-0 game, Ben Kramers.
That is brutal for Alexi Cool. Reed Mullen's going to go and console him. So will Michael Clark, the pair of defensemen, along with Lex Ballard as well. They're going talking to their sophomore goaltender out of Vancouver, Washington. Lexi Cool, one of the better goaltenders in the Pac-8. He's got a .908 save percentage, averaging 3.93 goals against. But you just got beat by the sophomore from Columbus, Wisconsin. He's a long way from home. Ben Kramers. No, you're not watching Seinfeld. That's his 15th goal so far this year, his 29th points so far in the 2025-2026 season.
Well, at this point, the Cougs are looking like they're just standing in quicksand as they're just sinking slowly as of right now. It's a 3-0 hockey game, and we just got to the halfway point of the first period. Davis Bushkin took a hit right there. I don't know if that is going to be the call. It is, as the Cougars are going to go on the power play, which might be a momentum builder right now, as they're down 3-0. A good power play goal right now could get them right back into this game.
Yeah, it's Javier Hamlin, the senior out of St. Paul, Minnesota. He's going to take a seat in the sin bin. He's a defenseman. He's got 9 points so far this year, 5 goals, 4 assists. So maybe not the hugest loss for the Griz. Nonetheless, the Cougs have an opportunity to maybe break the ice.
Sending it down by Max Lazaro. Wrist shots. Just wide left and to be cleared away. Here comes the Grizzlies. Might be 1-on-1 versus Alexi Cool once again. Wrist shot. Saved away. Patted away by Alexi Cool. It's number 19, John Byard, who gets stuffed and basically robbed of a home run, I guess you could say right there. Bringing it up is Simuliso Hoven and tries to get to his man, Max Lazaro. Makes a move on the boards, close to the benches. Just outside of Cougar zone. Tipped away once again. Sam Henry's man in the retreat. It's cleared high and over the net of Alexi Cool. A minute 30 left in this power play. Looking to set up once again is the Cougs. Just a little confusion right there between Sam Hembry and Lex Ballard. Lex Ballard, one of the faster players despite being defenseman on this team, clears around the boards behind the net of Nash Wilson. Nash Wilson looked for a man to pass to and potentially for the Grizzlies to clear. Stolen away out in front. No. The hand is up for the referee. Would have been offsides. Lexi Cool gets the puck once again. Almost more action on this side of the ice than Nash Wilson, despite being on the disadvantage man advantage for the Cougars. Just not a great start to the game for them.
Absolutely not. The one thing, I mean, Connor, you asked me a little bit ago what the Cougs need to be doing better, and I'd say the number one thing is definitely speed. The Montana Grizzlies are fast. That Upton goal was mainly because he just beats the Cougs completely. He was just too fast for him. As there's an opportunity right there, and Alexi Cool will hold on to it. But the Cougs are just not as fast as they may have been at the start of the season. Definitely, we mentioned it during that Husky game, that the winter break definitely did not help them in terms of putting on a few extra pounds, making them a little bit heavier, harder for them to get some speed. And the Montana Grizzlies, they are a fast team. So if they continue to keep beating them on these foot races, the Cougs will not be able to get anything going.
The face-off, the far face-off is won by the Cougars, looking to get something going. It's a 3-0 hockey game. All they need to find is one firefly, find one light to get something going right now for the Cougs. As it's stolen away once again, Gerald Nick might try and get a shot up right now. He was going 5-on-1 right there. Bringing it back out would be the smart play to do, but sends it back in as number 24, T. Wagner. Cole Carlson sends it to his man, Lucas Robinson out in front. Robinson looking for a man, gets it almost stolen away, almost with a break. Lucas Robinson with good handles last second. The Grizzlies not even letting the Cougs get set up in the zone right now. Here comes a 2-on-2 potential break. Wrist shot to Alexi Cool. Alexi Cool is able to snag it down. Almost a bounce of puck, trickles its way back in. David Bushkin with puck possession behind the net of Alexi Cool. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Stolen away once again. Here comes the Grizzlies. Wrist shot again. High, wide left. 2 seconds left, and the man advantage is officially over. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, and almost seemed like the Grizzlies were on the power play right there, Smith.
Absolutely, yeah. The Griz, I mean, I mentioned it before. They just skate faster. They're more physical, everything. There might be a penalty coming up here against Evan King as he tripped up number 23. That's Matt Klein, again, freshman out of Chicago, Illinois. So that's another blow to the Cougs. And so far, I mean, like I mentioned, at the very start of this period, it looked like the Griz were pretty, evenly matched with the Cougs. But ever since then, it's been slowly but surely they have been showing them why the NWCHL is a much harder conference than the Pac-8s.
I usually say this in the third period, but our good buddy Luke Combs, when it rains, it pours. But it's first period with 6 minutes left in this first period, and they're down 3-0, and they're now on the penalty kill. Montana's dominating in every facet of the game right now, and it's getting to the point where it's embarrassing. It's freezing cold for the Cougars. They're going to have to reset the puck drop, as I believe someone went early or someone lost their glove, so they have to have a reset regardless.
Yeah, it was Luke Pizzi, one of the goal scorers tonight, lost his glove immediately off the draw. Looks like that puck also kind of got chipped up and over the glass, so they'll get a new puck, do it again, deja vu. You got 6 minutes and 41 seconds left in a 3-0 Griz lead.
Gray Wagner loses the faceoff for the Grizzlies. Keegan Lucas looking to clear it. Tries to get Max Lazaro. He's able to clear it. Good clear by Max Lazaro. 1:40 left on this power play. Grizzlies are looking to regroup and potentially grow this lead to even further, as they could be perfect on the power play in the next 2 minutes.
And for any Seahawks fans happening to be watching this game, hoping to watch the Seahawks game, I'm just getting word that Rashid Shaheed just got a touchdown for the Seahawks, so that's a bit of good news there if you're a Seahawks fan, but don't mean to detract from the game at the moment. 3-0 Grizzly. You got 6 minutes, 17 seconds left, but a little bit of better news for Seattle sports fans.
Well, and honestly, I think it's perfect time you brought that up, because every time Rashid Shaheed scores, it might be special teams. And right now, the Cougars are on the special teams, whether it's, they're on the disadvantage advantage. There's only 4 guys on the ice, and Alexi Cool's struggling right now. They need good special teams to go, and maybe Rashid Shaheed is the man to get that started for the Cougs, potentially. At the point, dribbling back and forth, are the Grizzlies trying to get to a man. Nothing is found. Trying to send it back down low to number 9 of the Grizzlies. Sweating it back and forth, looking to get maybe a wrist shot on Alexi Cool. He's able to save it. Behind the net now, looking to clear it. Nothing is found at the point. Almost a one-timer for number 7. Will Pankratz, once again, looking to get it to go, but bounce a puck, can't get enough on his stick. Behind the net, Alexi Cool. Will Pankratz gets slammed on the boards right there. Looking to keep it inbounds is number 9. Luke Pizzi, as he gets slammed, one of the goal scorers, all by himself. Pankratz shoots. Saved away, Alexi Cool, standing big and strong, looking like a bear in front of the net right there. Grizzlies still hounding the Cougs right now. Who's the big dog of the house? Looking at Pankratz, one-timer, just can't get enough of it, though. Pankratz still battling against Melissa Hoven and keeping it in. Another shot from the point. Fake pass up in front. Almost to Pankratz for a one-timer. A lot is happening for the Grizzlies. Pass. Cougs don't know what to do. Keeping it in bounds, number 15, Gray Wagner. Gray Wagner at center ice. Rips a shot. Lexi Cool's able to save it. Bounces away behind the net. Lex Bauer's able to clear it. Goes to a man. Perfect pass right there. Another shot. Saved away by Alexi Cool. Keeping him in this game right now. It's still 3-0. Simalusa Hoven trying to clear it. No, it's going to be number 9. Luke Pizzi battling 2v2 on the bench of WSU. Cleared away, and they're able to get it off as Luke Jurgensen loses puck possession almost immediately. Bringing it back in is the Grizzlies. Grizzlies looking to get something started. To center ice, maybe to go backhand would have been number 3. Has to clear it away, and the Grizzlies have to regroup. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. A good penalty kill right there for the Cougs. But here they come once again, making a move. A couple man miss is number 21, Ethan Geraldnick, or 18 Geraldnick, who's having a great game so far despite not being on the goal sheet yet. Has made a lot of moves. Here comes the Grizzlies once again. Might be 3-on-2. Bringing it in, tries to center it to Geraldnick. Nothing's found, though. Keeping it in the zone. A good job right there by number 5, Whalen. No, they do, or we're going to call offside, so the Grizzlies had to regroup. WSU has puck possession just for a little bit. Max Lazaro on his offhand. Gets pushed off the puck right there. Great move by the defenseman of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was a good dual effort there from Whalen to kind of shove Lazaro off the puck, and then Matt Klein there to pick it up to be able to maybe get something going for the Grizz. They're back in their own zone. Forecheck for the Cougs is going to try and pin them down. They get a change to get some fresh bodies on the ice. But right now, let's see if the Grizz can't get something going.
With 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this first period, the Cougs are down 3-0, and it seems to be nothing is going their way right now, despite a good penalty kill the last about 2 minutes ago. Grizzlies at center ice, trying to get something started. Majority of their time has been spent in WSU zone. Looking to bring it up, almost stolen away right there. Keeping it in is number 28. Preston Graves. Graves battling against Lucas Robinson. Lucas Robinson wins that battle right there. Robinson trying to clear it out, and it is able to clear away. 11, Learmouth. Terry Learmouth will be the man to touch it as he gets slammed to the ground right there. No penalty is going to be called. WSU trying to bring it back in the zone. Off of Luke Jurgensen's stick, and it rattles its way to Nash Wilson. With 3 minutes and 7 seconds left in this first period, Grizzlies out in front by 3.
Well, I'll tell you, Connor, I'm pretty sure I can count the number of clean zone entries for the Cougs on one hand. It hasn't been a lot. Whenever they've tried to break into the zone, there have been sticks to kind of shut off passing lanes, poke check it away, and that's the sign of a good hockey team. When a good hockey team is able to take away lanes, take away scoring opportunities, passing opportunities, just make it really hard, and they make it feel like they're playing with 6 players. That's what the Grizz are kind of doing right now late in this first period. You got 3 minutes left in the frame and a 3-0 Grizz lead. But I think, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think the Grizz are interested in taking their foot off the gas anytime soon.
Not yet. On the near face-off circle, it is won by the Cougs, but as it trickles away, a bad pass by Luke Jurgensen leads to the Grizzlies stealing. And as of right now, I know they didn't score on that power play, Smith, but it was pretty impressive of what they were doing. They got 6 shots up on the last power play despite having no goal. Bringing in once again a wrist shot, trying to get out in front, tipped away. Good drop right there by Keegan Lucas by Staining, as that was a cupcake shot by the Grizzlies. Bringing it in once Again, no, Cole Carlson can't get it on his stick. Less than 3 minutes left in this first period. Trying to maybe to get a couple more shots could be the Cougs at center ice. Grizzlies in pushing him once again with a man on his right. Slap shot from the point leads to Alexi Cool covering up and slowing this game down.
Great shot there from Gerald Nick, the Houston Texas native. Houston Texans, the football team, of course, they're playing the playoffs. I know you're a huge fan of the Houston Texans as well. I'm trying to remember who they're playing in their matchup.
Patriots.
The Patriots,
yes,
absolutely. That should be an easy win for the Houston Texans, in my opinion. But definitely great shot from Gerald Nick there from the blue line.
The Patriots and Texas game can lead a lot into this game. It's freezing cold in New England right now. It's freezing cold out here in Montana. And I guess you could say that the Cougs aren't playing like the Texans defense right now, as it seems to be they're doing the exact opposite. Stolen away, Montana trying to get something to go. Once again, make it a 4-0 game. About 2 minutes left. It's going to be Keegan Luke. Brandon Smith slams a man against the board. Another Cougar slams against the board. Battle on the boards, 2v2 right now. Can't really see what's happening as the Montana Grizzly hits the ground. Cougars hit the ground. Alexi Cool finds a puck right in front of him, and he slows the game down immediately. A weird possession, I guess you could say, right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, despite looking at the score, 3-0 for the Griz, Alexi Cool hasn't been bad by any means in this game. It's just been that there's been one of the opportunities that the Griz have scored on, the 3 that they've scored on, they've been quality opportunities.
Yes.
And in the ACHA, if it's a quality opportunity, you're going to score about 99% of the time.
The John Byard shot gets cleared away by Alexi Cool, as he says that was too easy. Keeping it in the zone is the Grizzlies, though. Number 9, Luke Pizzi has a goal in this game, loses the puck. Grizzlies going to have to reset again. This seems to be the story of this game, is whatever the Grizzlies keep it in the zone or they lose it in the zone, as it's going to be an icing. But whether the Grizzlies lose it in the zone or keep it in the zone, all it is just them checking back up, regrouping, and coming back in almost immediately after. The Cougs maybe have even 30 seconds to regroup and make changes, make subs.
I think you put it perfectly right there, Connor. It feels like the opportunities for the Cougs when they break in, when they have offensive chances, it's almost just like when the Griz are yawning. When they're just taking a break from just pounding the Cougs, they take a break, and that's when the Cougs kind of have like a few seconds to do something, but not enough to actually score.
As a shot on Nash Wilson leads to the Cougs keeping it in the zone right there. David Bushkin, almost a cupcake shot right there, just trying to keep it on Montana's side. The man backing up is going to be Ethan Maurer. He's going to be the man to regroup. Behind the net is Alexi Cool. He's going to try and clear it himself. Sends it behind his back. Grizzlies get puck possession now at the point. Number 23, Matt Klein. Matt Klein gets it to his man, number 19, John Byard. Another one from the point in Leon Dreissel's spot at that corner area. A shot on the net doesn't even get to Alexi Cool. With the seconds ticking down, less than a minute left. Cougs going to try and get one last maybe push on the offensive zone, but it's going to lead to, like we talked about, Montana regrouping once again and pushing it all by themselves. Gets it to his man, number 20, Colton Plant. Plant tries to get out front, almost finds a man, almost would have been empty net. Keeps it down, though, is number 27, Clay Walker. Clay Walker with no goals yet on the season, maybe looking for his first against the Cougars. 30 seconds left on this clock. WSU trying to clear it, and it's stolen away by the Montana Grizzlies once again as they're pushing it. Clay Walker brings it in all by himself. Walker maybe looking for somebody. Sends it out in front to his man, number 15, Gray Wagner. And Alexi Cool gets the bouncing puck after a tip by Gray Wagner with 17.3 seconds left in this first period. 3-0 hockey game.
Man, I absolutely am loving Clay Walker on that shift. The Great Falls, Montana native. No goals, 4 assists so far this year. He's a senior. This is his last year in the Missoula Maroon. But that was a really great shift from him. He was kind of all over the ice, kind of giving opportunities for the Griz to get something going in the waning stages of this first frame.
Well, let's see, with about 15 seconds left, if the Cougs defensively can turn up the thermostat, as they're getting manhandled right now with the Grizzlies. Battling on the boards right in front of us. Live action, 10 seconds left, trying to clear it, no backhands, right in front of the net. Just can't get enough of number 27, Clay Walker. And the clock is going to tick, and the buzzer is going to sound, with the Montana Grizzlies out in front, 3-0 to end this first period. Smith, not the greatest game for the WSU Cougars, or if you're a fan of them.
No, absolutely not. I mean, in the first few minutes, I would have said, hey, the Cougs are looking pretty good. It's a combination of the Cougs looking pretty good and the Griz not looking that dominant. But basically, the Griz, about a few minutes into that period, they say, hey, I understand it now. And then they just started to kind of pound the Cougs again and again and again. They get that first goal from Dan Upton, which kind of broke the ice, kind of opened the floodgates a little bit. And then the freshman, Luke Pizzi, gets his 3rd goal of the year. And then he was capped off, of course, by Ben Kramers. Again, you're not watching Seinfeld. He's the Columbus, Wisconsin native. So he's a far from home a little bit. Gets his 15th goal of the year, his 29th point. He's actually 12th in the NWCHL, 4 points, so he kind of bumps himself up just a little bit. We have some fans out here helping to clean some of the fog off the glass. We are working through that as the broadcasters. We're trying to see through some of it, but it's a little hard at times, so names and numbers are going to be at a bit of a premium from us when it comes to trying to see what exactly is happening down the ice. But for the Cougs, come in, go to the locker room. You got a little bit of time to regroup. Coming back out for the second period, it's got to be, I don't know how you would do this, but have better cardio.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you, be faster, be better, be stronger. And if you can do that, then you can possibly catch the Griz sleeping a little bit. With a 3-0 lead in the ACHA, there are times where teams will not necessarily fall asleep, but they think they've done enough. And Coach Ubunacci usually does not fall into that trap. He says you need 5 goals to win in the ACHA. He does not think that 3 goals is enough to win. But, of course, I doubt that the Griz think that either. So for the Griz, but if you can catch them sleeping in that second period, then that could be the tide turner you need to get back into this Winter Classic matchup.
With that being said, let's see if the Cougs can fight back a little bit more in the second period. I'm Connor Simmons, joining the booth with my partner in crime, Smith Slye. We'll be back with you guys for KUGR Hockey for the second period.
You're listening to a KUGR sports production.
Another rushing touchdown for what might be the best rushing quarterback in all of college football right now.
Your eyes and ears for every WSU sporting event.
What a play! What a kill by Brewstad!
Listen live to games on YouTube at KUGR Sports.
Underneath it, Johnstone makes the grab and wins the game. Washington State wins it 7-5. Logan Johnstone makes the snag.
And now, here are your hosts.
You're listening to Cougar Hockey on KUGR.
20 minutes in the books, and the University of Montana Griz lead this Winter Classic matchup 3-0. Goals from Dan Upton along with Luke Pizzi, and then of course capping it off there in frame number 1 was Ben Kramers out of Columbus, Wisconsin. He got his 15th goal on the year, and so far we mentioned it in the throughout that first period, Connor, the fact that Montana at the start of the period seemed very even strength with Washington State, but then as that period progressed, it just was all Griz all day for the remainder of that 20 minutes.
Oh, something that the Cougs had to keep going was like, we talked about it so much, it was like, okay, we finally got them out of the zone, and the Grizzlies were right back in it. And something we have to obviously keep going. It's a 3-0 hockey game. We got to work to get some more shots. They said Nash Wilson might switch out with Jordan Belly here in the second period, but no matter what, whoever the goaltender is, he need to get more shots on them.
Absolutely, and our sideline reporter Kate Cherney was able to get an interview with John Lupinacci before the Cougs went to the locker room. So let's see what she had to say along with Coach Lupinacci.
Hi, this is Kate Cherney. I'm down ringside with Coach Lupinacci. How do you feel about the boys' puck movement and play in that period?
Oh, well, a lot of snow on the ice, and both teams, it's tell them, like, you got to adjust. It's not a skill and finesse. The puck's not sliding like normal. It's cold out here. The ice is crisp. There's a lot of snow. So it slows things down a bit. There's not as clean a passing, and you just got to dig in and grind and, put pucks north and south. So a little more of that.
Definitely. Was there anything that kind of stood out that you feel that they need to work on going into this next period?
Oh, yeah, got to get more physical. I mean, this is a very physical team, and refs are going to let it go. It's clean, but everything's got to happen. Every play has to be finished with a hit. It doesn't mean like they have to blow the other guy up. They just have to put bodies on bodies. They got caught just on their heels a few times, and I don't think they're used to it that physical, but it's good. Once they adjust, then it'll be a battle, and it's been a better second half of that first period.
Great. Thank you so much. Good luck in the second.
Thanks.
Definitely a lot of snow on the slate for both these teams, as was mentioned there from Coach Lupinacci, slowing down the puck, making things a little bit difficult to skate, pass, shoot, the works. So definitely we'll see how the Cougs maybe adapt to that as the goalies switch sides. The second period, the period of long changes, and I'm excited to see how this second frame of action might pan out for the Cougs.
Well, you guys kind of just talked about with all the snow on the ice, it's a situation where there was a lot of bouncing pucks or a lot of just weird angle changes last second. I wonder if that comes into the puck luck kind of play. And that is puck luck is the name of the game right now for the Cougars. They need something to go their way. They also need offense to start going their way and just be a little bit less lazy on the defensive end.
The puck drops for period number 2, the period of long changes on this 25-degree night in Kalispell, Montana. No clouds here in the northwestern part of Montana as this puck is cleared down ice. Number 4, Alex Naybauer will chase it down for icing and will drag it back into the Cougars' end to begin this second frame.
Well, I wonder if that's going to still be the rest of the game, is just the Cougs kind of get pressed in their own zone and just want to clear it. They get scared, they get nervous, and that's what the whole game, the first 20 minutes was all about, and the first 13 seconds of the second period has been about.
Cougs win the faceoff. Jurgensen, the former Bobcat, will play it off the boards and down ice. Chasing it down is Cole Carlson. First line out for the Cougs. He'll throw some snow in the far corner. Pass out in front. A shot that just goes wide. Carlson connecting with Jurgensen, but just can't slip it past Wilson, who is still in net right now for the Montana Grizzlies. Belly is yet to come out from the bench as the Grizz pick this back up and play it off the boards in neutral zone. Trying to move it in. They'll fire it on net. Alexi Kuhl had to kind of shoulder it aside blow this puck dead. It's a penalty coming up here. Looks like it's probably against the Griz. It'll be number 19, John Baird, heading to the sin bin. The Erie, Colorado native leads the team for penalty minutes with 49 coming into this game, so he'll take a seat, watch for the next 2 minutes from behind the glass, and the Cougs have an early man advantage in frame number 2, 19 minutes and 19 seconds left on the clock.
What looked to be the call was a cross-check on Simile Sahoven, as there was some pushing and shoving right there, and I think the referee just called it quits as soon as possible. And this is a good opportunity for the Cougars right now with a man advantage to get something going early on in the second period. If you win the period, there's a chance you can win this game.
Lazaro will take the draw against number 2. Pardon me, that's number 24, Teague Wagner out of Lac du Flambeau, Wisconsin. One of the many Wisconsin natives on this team, including Ben Kramers and Max Toijala. Lazaro wins the faceoff, feeds it across for Lucas Robinson. He's got 9 points so far this year. He'll survey his options. Shots off the body of Wilson. It's loose. They'll continue to just fight for it. And the referee finally loses sight of it. He'll blow the play dead, and we'll have another faceoff in the Griz zone. 19 minutes and 8 seconds left. A minute 49 left on the man advantage for the Cougs, and they are still trailing 3-0.
Lucas Robinson with 9 points on the year. Imagine his jersey number. Get a good shot from the point. Almost leads, like we like to call him, Van Trashman Rayner. Almost gets another rebound goal right there, but stone cold by Nash Wilson.
Sahovinen opposed by Pizzi. The Cougs win it. Robinson will pick it up here in the near corner. Hand it off for Sahovinen. He surveys his options, hands it for Robinson. Back to Sahovinen. Goal line, near side. Looks over his options. Out to Robinson again. They're just playing catch at the moment. He'll survey, move out to the blue line, trade places with Lazaro. Give it back to Sahovinen at the goal line. It's been just Robinson and Sahovinen playing catch. Lazaro, a shot that hit off some bodies. It's loose out in front, kept in now at the blue line by Robinson. He'll fire a shot off bodies, looking for the tip. Doesn't work, and it's slapped down ice by Soren Whalen, and the Cougs are going to have to reset.
Well, right here, really close, was Max Lazaro calling for it, as he wanted to try and do a one-timer right there. It's going to be cleared in, and icing as we head right back to the other side, despite it being a power play for the Cougs. I wonder if Lucas Robinson just didn't see him on that play right there.
Absolutely, as there is a minute and 4 seconds left in the hourglass for that man advantage for the Cougs. Of course, that was John Baird, who is still in the sin bin. The Cougs still up a man, but now they have a face-off in their own zone, far side to the right of Alexi Kuhl. It'll be number 15, Gray Wagner, who takes the draw. A shot from the blue line that went wide. Alexi Kuhl didn't have to do anything. Lazaro's going to pick it up behind the cage, and he's going to skate it out. Feed pass, a little bit too wide. It's picked off by number 6, Javier Hamlin. He'll fire it back into the zone. Lazaro to chase it down on the far side of his own zone. He gets absolutely shouldered into the boards, folded like origami. He is slow to get up as Lex Ballard will skate it into the zone. He'll throw some snow in the near corner. Kicks it out to the blue line for Sam Hembury. Back to Ballard on the wing. He loses his handle. That's something we've seen from Lex Ballard all year. A shot looking for the tip. Loose, and it just can't quite make it to the cage. The Cougs unlucky on that tip chance. Kept at the blue line by Sam Hembury. A shot that hit off the stick of Wagner. A feed pass out in front for Carlson doesn't work. A slap shot hits off the body of Cole Carlson. That one definitely stung. Lazaro's going to track this one down. He's harassed by 2 Griz. He turns it right over to Wagner, who fires it down ice, uses the last 6 seconds of the power play to clear this puck down, and now the Cougs are going to have to hit the reset button.
It looks like we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Despite not getting a goal right there, the Cougs did get a lot of opportunities and good close chances to scoring the first goal of the game. Something you can't be mad about, especially for Coach Lipinacci, despite being down 17 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second period. Montana still up 3-0.
Montana's going to get their man back out of the penalty box, and we have another update in the Seahawks-Niners game. It is 17-0 Seattle. If you're a 49ers fan, it's definitely not your night, as it's looking like the Seahawks might run away with this divisional round matchup.
And it was the man at JSN. First catch of the day was a touchdown.
Jorgensen looks for the power move, doesn't work. Cleaned up by Carlson behind the cage. Gretzky's office. He'll move out to the far side, puts a shot on goal right into the body of Nash Wilson. He contains it. There's some pushing, there's some shoving. Definitely a little animosity between the Cougs and the Griz. They'll blow the play dead, and we'll have a face-off here. Looks like it's going to be on the far face-off circle to the left of Nash Wilson, the junior out of Monticello, Minnesota.
Well, we have seen some pushing and shoving. Not a lot of fighting, I guess you could say right now, but a little bit of like hockey rough play happening between both of these teams.
Van Rayner, team captain. He's got 14 goals and 15 assists. He wins the draw. Reed Mullen, a shot that doesn't even come anywhere close to the net. Bushkin will track it down. He'll backhand it off the boards. Picked up now by Max Lazaro. The sophomore, he kind of tries to scrum for it, but turns it right over to Jerelnik. He puts it across now for Kramers. He has a goal so far tonight. With it now, Jarnock. A shot. Pad saved by Alexi Cool. Kicks it into the far side. He gets absolutely shoved to the ice. Max Lazaro absolutely laid out Pankratz. And he's definitely going to be seeing stuff through a kaleidoscope after that. Definitely seeing colors. In the near side, the Cougs attempting to clear it out. Picked off right into the clutches of Kramers. He blew a tire. Got sniped by someone in the crowd. But the Griz lose possession, and it's cleared all the way down ice. They're going to have to reset here as it's icing. Pardon me, and we brought back into the Cougar zone. You got 16 minutes and 21 seconds left in the period of long changes, and still a 3-0 Griz lead.
Well, we talked about Max Lazaro. He has been hitting today. You don't see a lot of big hits, but that was a massive hit. As Will Pankratz, he's going to be feeling that in the morning. You know, he'll maybe take the win or take a goal here and there, but he gets hit as Max Lazaro almost gets cross-checked right there.
And this puck was offsides. The Griz drew it past the blue line, and now we're going to move out to the neutral zone, have a neutral zone face-off. Getting about 16 minutes and 19 seconds left in the second period. 3-0 the Griz lead it after goals from Dan Upton, Luke Pizzi, and Ben Kramers back, all back in the first period. As it's number 27, Clay Walker out of Great Falls, Montana to the draw, and they win it, push it into the Cougs zone. Cougs pick it right back up, though. They're going to try and break it out, and they will. Here comes Evan King, pardon me. Yes, that was Evan King, but he had it just slapped away from him back into their own zone, into their own quadrant. Behind the cage, Lex Ballard, the freshman, saucers it onto the stick of number 18, Brandon Smith, the senior. Behind the cage, backhands it out in front. No one was there, but here's cleaned up by the freshman, Hank Hamlet. What are his options? Backhands it out. A shot. Save made. Evan King can't connect on it. Out in front, they try and just wrap it around on net. Doesn't work. That's Brandon Smith who was trying to stuff it home. As it's picked up by Clay Walker. He'll feed a pass on Dane Upton's stick, wide of his stick. Cougs have it back in their own half, and here they come. Quick on the transition. Zach Wilson will come around to play this puck behind the cage. Trying to play it out. It's picked off by Hank Hamlet. Pass now for Brandon Smith out in front, bouncing puck, turned right over into the clutches of Javier Hamlin, and here come the Griz. A 3-on-3 break. What will they do? Backhand out in front, loose puck, where is it? Picked up by the Griz, backhanded out in front, steered away. Griz come up with it though. Hamlin into the near wing. What are his options? Kicks it back out for Javier Hamlin at the blue line. He loses his handle, turns it right over to the Cougs. Keegan Lucas gets it onto the stick of Brandon Smith. He chips it in, goes off for a change, and a fresh quintet of Cougs will take the ice as they'll blow this play dead. Not sure exactly what happened. Looked like it's a penalty against the Griz. And looks like the Cougs are going to have another man advantage in this second period.
Well, this is a great opportunity. Despite not scoring on that first one in the beginning of the second period, they had a lot of shots. I want to say about 5, but Nash Wilson stopped all of them. And then coming in right now, even just before this, about a minute and a half before this, they got 2 more good opportunities on that fourth line with Hank Hamlet, which was looking really good. Another, I'm going to keep saying it, great opportunities for the Cougs. It's not out of control to come back in this game yet.
Up a man in the Griz half. I got my hot chocolate and I got a front row seat. I'm excited to see what the Cougs do despite them just losing possession and having it cleared down ice. Robinson to track it down. No icing because of the man advantage. 1:49. Cougs are going to set something up here. It's Max Lazaro on the gallop with a head of steam. Here he comes into the zone, loses his handle and has it poke checked away. Now number 24 is going to fire it all the way down ice. Again, no icing because of the penalty for our new hockey fans who are unaware of that rule. Behind the cage. Cougs are going to skate it out now with a little bit of speed. Near side, let's try it again. Max Lazaro maintains his handle this time. Poke checked away again by Wagner. Here comes Wagner with the puck into the neutral zone. Backhands it right onto the stick of Sam Hembry, who has to feed it for Cole Carlson. Hembry and Carlson will play catch. Here comes Hembry. The senior, the alternate captain, gets it onto the stick of Lex Ballard. He has it taken away from him. But now, Ballard with it again. Near side, a shot, loose. No, it's contained by Zach Wilson, able to make that save and keeps this a 3-0 game with a minute on the dot left on the power play for the Cougs.
Well, that was the first opportunity for the Cougs on the power play. I don't know if Montana's throwing a unique defensive out at them, but it just seems like the Cougs, despite being on the power play, can't get anything in the zone to go, as there's been so many clears already.
Cougs win the draw. Carlson across for Hembry. A shot tipped on net and just wide. Just not enough to get past the post. The Cougs can't connect. Hembry, will he try it again? No, he'll give it for Sahoven near side. A shot off the body of Zach Wilson. It stays in the rink, and the Griz are able to clear it down ice. Hembry can't seal it off, and Carlson's going to have to track it down. Number 7, Pakrats. He has the puck. He's shouldered into the boards by Carlson, but they still come up with it. Pankratz almost tripped up Cole Carlson there. No call. It's pushed back down for Hamlin, who will fire it on into the Cougars zone, into the Cougars quadrant. They're just trying to keep the Cougs hemmed in. With the puck, Cole Carlson, team captain, point leader, tries to move it through to the stick of Jurgensen. It's moved in off sides. Slapped back down ice by number 23, Matt Klein, but it's right onto the stick, onto the blade of Sam Henry. Here he is. Brings it into the zone, across, saucered over for Jurgensen. A shot wide. Zach Wilson didn't have to do anything. This puck will leak into the neutral zone, and it's going to have to be cleaned up by Lucas Robinson. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone, far side, right onto the stick of Matt Klein. He'll fire it into the zone. Almost on net. Lexi Cool just kind of watched it go past him, and that is icing because the man advantage expired just a little bit ago, and we're going to have a face-off in the Griz zone, 3-0. The Grizzlies still leading, but the Cougs kind of dominating this second period of action so far with 12 minutes and 42 seconds left.
It just seems to be Montana last second gets a stick on it, or Nash Wilson makes an amazing save last second. The Cougs have been fighting back in this period, and sooner or later they have to score this first one.
Cougs are able to force a turnover off the draw. Max Lazaro loses possession of it right onto the stick of number 21, Ethan Jurlick. He'll high saucer feed this, trying to get it onto the stick of Kramers, the goal scorer tonight. Fed around into the near side. Don't have a great view of this. The bench and some other obstructions are kind of cutting off our view here in the broadcast booth. I use booth lightly. Number 23, Matt Klein with the puck. Pushes it off to the far side, near side, pardon me. But it's just off the boards and out. The Griz will have to touch up and reset here as, oh my goodness, David Bushkin looked like he was trying to make a hit, collided with his own teammate, some friendly fire, and just flung himself down to the ice. With the puck near side, Kramers gets absolutely bullied into the boards by his number counterpart, Max Lazaro. Near side, a shot from number 21, Gerald Nick. Just a save made by Alexi Cool in the neutral zone now. So Hovinen with the puck. It has it taken away by Dan Upton. A bad turnover there from the Finland native. Onto the stick of Neybauer. He's going to skate into the zone. Up the gut will leave it for Upton. A shot as Lexi Cool got taken out by Neybauer. No, they're not going to stop play here. Definitely couldn't. I'm not sure if he was able to get out of the way or not. The pass across for number 24, Wagner. He can't quite field it as Upton has to fire it into the near side. Again, can't quite see really well on this near side, so we'll wait until they skate it out, and here they are. Kramer tries to center it, but it's picked off by Reed Mullen. He turns it over behind the cage of Lexi Cool. Pass out in front. They're still going to scrum and hack for this puck. Picked up by Wagner. He'll try and put on a move. On his backhand, behind the nets. Will he center it? He'll throw some snow and give it into the near corner. Again, we have to wait till they skate it out, and they finally will. Across for number 5, Whalen. A shot that just kind of goes wide into the near side. Skating it down. Wagner along with Lucas Robinson. They'll fight for it. Kramer's there as well, and Van Raynard comes to their aid. Near corner, they're having it pinned. Some boring hockey right now. It's 10 minutes, 36 seconds left in the second period. 3-0, the Griz leading. We're kind of waiting for something to happen. A shot on goal, pad saved by Alexi Cool. It ended up behind him. Kramer's got tripped up there, and there's going to be a penalty coming up here against the Cougs. It looks like it's going to be Lucas Robinson. He does not like that call, even though it was pretty blatant. He'll take a seat in the sin bin, and the first penalty against the Cougs so far in this game.
As it looks like Nash Wilson is done for the day, as his counterpart Jordan Belly, who has a .908 save percentage and a 2.9 goals against average, checks into the game. So maybe WSU can capitalize off that despite being on the disadvantage with a one less man. Like you said, very boring hockey. Also, like you said, the second period, the long possession, the long change kind of period. The WSU defenders were tired. I wonder if that played into Lucas Robinson's trip right there.
As Lucas Robinson actually is not going to get called for tripping there, so I'm not sure why they blew that play dead. It's kind of interesting. As you mentioned, Belly will come into to play. A shot from the blue line. Alexi Cool able to get some leather on it, kind of tip it away. They'll blow this play dead again. It kind of kicked into the near corner there. Like we said, we cannot see into the near corner on the far right side of the ice, unfortunately. Just kind of the reality of our broadcast setup here, which kind of sucks, but we'll make do with what we got. The Cougs are going to get a change, get a fresh set of 5 on the ice, and let's see if they can't kill off this opportunity.
Well, it's just overall been a weak defensive performance for the Cougs, and Alexi Cool needs some help. I know we say it every game, but now more than ever, especially when there is a chance to come back.
That is just too easy. The Griz, number 9, Luke Pizzi, gets his second of the game on his backhand. A yawning cage. Alexi Cool was drawn out to the near side, and it is now 4-0 Grizzlies.
Or it turns out to be get a whole bunch of guys in front of the net. It's going to be a situation where you just have to sit there and Alexi Cool hope and pray he didn't get it, and it turns into an easy backhand, empty net goal as Pizzi gets his second of this afternoon. 4-0 hockey game with 10 minutes and 11 seconds left in this second period.
4th goal on the year for Luke Pizzi, the freshman out of Black Diamond, Washington. That was a great goal there. I mean, kind of lucky, was out in front, was able to get the puck, and was able to make that. It's just too easy of a shot for him, a yawning cage. As now the Griz will fire it back into the zone, off the board on the near side. It's going to be cleaned up now by Keegan Lucas, wearing number 11 for the Cougs. They're wearing their white jerseys today, the maroon jerseys for the University of Montana Griz. Chasing it down, Keegan Lucas will fire it around the boards onto the stick of Nico Umale, who got kind of shouldered into the boards by Dallin Rabbit. A 5-man scrum here on the boards, kept in at the blue line by the Griz, and they'll maintain possession in the offensive zone. In the near corner now, we lose sight of the puck. Fired around the boards, off the boards, kept in by number 23, Matt Klein. Great play there to kind of field that bouncing puck. Picked off by the Cougs in the zone. Here they come with an opportunity. Lucas Clark, the Pullman native, tries to connect with Nico Umale. Doesn't work. Down on his 4 icing. Nico Umale showed no effort there. Did not get on his horse to try and beat it out. Lucas Clark, is definitely frustrated about that. He was trying to feed Umale, and then Umale just showed no effort to chase down that puck.
The chance was there. It was open. Maybe Umale, I want to say, was thinking he was offsides, but that's where it becomes awareness. You got to know where you are on the ice. That there was a clean opportunity right there.
Puck is forced on net immediately off the draw. Alexi Cool holds on to this one, so we'll do it again. The Cougs are going to get a quick change, get some fresh bodies on the ice. Kind of get startled there by the buzzer. The speakers are right above us here in the broadcast booth. Again, I put quotation marks around booth for our broadcast setup at the moment. So definitely a loud environment right now. We got quite a few fans around us as well. So a very beautiful environment. A lot of fans here at the Woodland Park Ice Arena.
I believe there's going to be a timeout called. And the only man not in the bench for WSU is going to be Alexi Cool, is even the Montana Grizzly goaltender now, with Jordan Belly, which since he's came in for the last 2 minutes, hasn't gotten a shot on him yet, so there's still the opportunity if he might be cold, especially in 25-degree weather here in Montana, Kalispell.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been nothing but sunshine and rainbows for the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho native Jordan Belly. He's got a .908 save percentage, 10th in the NWCHL. He's averaging about 2.9 goals against, and he's made 315 saves through 12 games played. Zach Wilson has also played 12 games so far this year, so a very balanced goalie tandem for the Griz. So I'm not sure exactly how long this break is going to take, so we will be back here in a little bit. You're listening to Cougar Hockey on KUGR. I'm Smith Slye, joined by Connor Simmons. We'll be right back. Quick check-in on the 49ers-Hawks game. The 49ers nail a field goal and make it 17-3, even though the University of Montana is currently outscoring the 49ers 4-0 here at the Woodland Park Ice Arena as the Grizzlies win the draw. Number 12, Kramer, a goal scored tonight, will feed it around for number 21. That's Jerelnik. He tries to dance around as number 24 got absolutely hip-checked by Smiley Sohovinen, and here come the Cougs. Carlson can't track down that puck. Sohovinen will get on his stick. Who does he have to pass to? For Cole Carlson behind the nets. Out in front, a shot, a stuffed chance that doesn't quite work. Cole Carlson gets denied by the pads, by the pillows of Belly. In the neutral zone, Carlson fighting for this puck, and he forces a turnover. Here he comes, team captain. Shot number 2 does not ever get off, as he was stripped off of it. It's chipped up and into the stands. That was Jerelnik, who just kind of chipped this puck into the stands, and we'll see where they put this face-off.
Well, a lucky fan is going home with a souvenir right there as the puck gets cleared and out of the way. Cole Carlson and Smiley Sohovinen maybe a little orange juice action right there as they almost collided on a goal with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period. Grizzlies out in front by 4. Cougars still looking for that first goal of the game.
Van Rainer opposed by Clay Walker. The Cougs win the draw. A shot from Michael Clark from the point. Doesn't even make it onto the net. And here come the Griz. Preston Graves, pardon me. And now onto the stick of Clay Walker, who took the draw a little bit earlier. A shot on goal. Pad saved by Alexi Cool. He kicks it into the near corner. From the near side, a shot right into the leather of Alexi Cool. He puts the trapper over it. We'll have a face-off in the Cougar zone. 8 minutes and 12 seconds left in this 4-0 Griz game.
Well, it becomes a situation where you can say it's puck luck. You can say even Montana might even be the better team overall, but WSU, you have to get something going. It's been a quote-unquote embarrassing game so far for them.
A beautiful night right now in Kalispell, Montana. No overcast whatsoever as they win the draw in the Cougar zone. Right onto the stick of number 9. Tries to spin it on net, and it's cleared down, slapped away by the Cougs. They'll survive that opportunity. And chasing it down is Max Lazaro, sophomore out of Vancouver, Washington. Bushkin will pin a Griz against the board, and now from the blue line, Hembury, his shot is paddled aside by Belly. Saucered into the neutral zone for number 9. That's Luke Pizzi. He's got 2 goals so far this game. He's on the hat trick watch. Fired on net by Max Toijala, and it's paddled away by Alexi Cool. Max Toijala out of Wisconsin. He's the all-time points, goals, and assists record holder for the Griz, even though he's barely played at all in this game.
Going back to Luke Pizzi, the freshman has 2 goals in this game, and that matches him on the whole entire season with 2 goals. He's now up to 9 points on the year, looking for a hat trick. If he gets a hat trick in tonight's game, he gets 1 more goal than he did the whole entire season, as the ref's hand is up and a call is going to be made.
And there were 3 Cougs at the blue line there who could have sealed off the puck, and all 3 of them come up empty as it's cleared all the way down ice for icing, as you mentioned. So we'll have a face-off here in the Griz zone. Again, 4-0. Grizzlies leading in the second period. 7 minutes, 11 seconds left on the clock. But let's see if the Cougs can't maybe head to the locker room, maybe only down by 3. On the draw, Evan King will backhand it out to Sam Hembury. Hand it off for Brandon Smith, the senior. Back to Sam Hembury, the other senior. He fired a shot that hit off the leg of number 28, Preston Graves. Now behind the cage, tracking it down is going to be the freshman Hank Hamlet. Backhands it onto the stick of the senior, Brandon Smith. They'll have it pinned down. Life will resume eventually. And it finally does. Number 23, Matt Klein tries to move it out, but 2 Cougs were there to kind of shut him off. Brandon Smith with the puck, near side. He's stripped of it by Neybauer. And here come the Grizzlies. Neybauer on the gap with Toijala. He tries to shake off the Coug, but he's pushed away. Great defense there from the Cougs, so just kind of put him in a blender.
With 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period, the Cougs are looking for some kind of light, and those lights are going to come from probably one of these captains. They got to prove something soon. I'm looking at Cole Carlson, Van Rainer, Sam Hembury. Those guys need to get something going right now.
This puck is ice and will be brought back into the Grizzly zone. That was number 20, Colton Plant, kind of exchanging some words with Keegan Lucas as they both were kind of trying to track down that puck. Keegan Lucas has a smile on his face, not sure exactly what that exchange was right there. Colton Plant, a sophomore out of Eagle, Idaho. So definitely not the most animosity between these 2 teams. They don't play that often, but we'll see if anything arises. Shot from the blue line from Reed Mullen. Just goes wide of the net. Sahovinen is going to try and fight for it and battle for it behind the cage. Jurgensen forces a turnover out in front, tries to put a shot on net. Doesn't quite work. Cleaned up by Lucas Robinson. He'll play it further for Sahovinen. He'll leave it for Luke Jurgensen on the far corner. Backhanded onto the stick of Sahovinen. He's shoved into the boards by Klein. They have it pinned down there, but here coming up with it is number 14, Rabbit. On his backhand, tries to chip it up, but it's taken away by Luke Jurgensen. 6-year student out of MSU, playing his old rivals. Shot through the slot, was paddled away by Belly, and the Griz will clear it out. They'll survive. Shoveled back in by Reed Mullen. Tracking it down, Luke Jurgensen with a little bit of speed. Who does he have out in front? Backhanded right onto the clutches of number 20, Colton Plant. It'll be cleared down ice. The Cougs just struggling to connect on any of their passes. Bring into the zone. Here they come. Reed Mullen with an opportunity. Puts a shot on goal. Sealed off by Jordan Belly. He denies Reed Mullen, the defenseman, on that opportunity.
There's great goalie work right there by Jordan Belly as he stays strong, doesn't sit down too far, doesn't do anything too much. And Reed Mullen, not usually used to those situations. Great opportunity right there for the Cougs and him.
The freshman phenom, David Bushkin, stripped off the puck as it hits off an official. Number 9, Pizzi, is going to have to play it through the neutral zone. Shipped further by number 24, Wagner. And a shot on goal from number 7, from Pankaratz, is hit off the blocker of Alexi Cool. Ballard is going to try and clean up this puck. Try and sweep it away like a dust bunny. The freshman defenseman backhands it through the neutral zone, down ice. Will this be icing? Yes, it will, as number 5, Soren Whalen, the Lakeville, Minnesota native, was there to track it down. So we'll pull it all the way back into the Cougar quadrant, and we'll have the face-off with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left in frame number 2, the Griz leading by 4.
Well, the Griz just keeping their pedal to the metal, not letting the Cougs get anything started right now, whether it's a good shot or not, but there's Belly just stopping everything he sees.
This puck's going to leak all the way down ice. Will it be another icing? No, doesn't quite go far enough.
Hit some snow.
It did hit some snow there. As we mentioned, Lupinacci in the pre-period interview, there's a lot of snow on the ice in this outdoor rink. Definitely slowing down the puck and stopping some icing opportunities like that. Griz break back into the zone. Pizzi with the puck behind the nets. He's searching for the Hattie. Passes it out to the blue line. A shot through bodies. Tips away into the near corner. Lexi Cool lucks out on that opportunity. Ballard's going to try and backhand it onto the stick of Lazaro, and he does. No, turns it right over, and it's sealed off at the blue line. Wagner was able to get the blade to keep it in. Paddled away by Alexi Cool. He just turns that shot aside. Lazaro trying to connect with Cole Carlson. Will he be able to? No. It hits off the Griz. No icing. Number 22, Dan Upton. He's got a goal so far tonight. He'll scrum for it with Cole Carlson, but it's right onto the stick of Learmouth. Now for the Griz. Number 28, Preston Graves. He'll move it into the zone. Too wide of his stick, and the Cougs have it. They're going to try to evade the forecheck for the Griz. Cougs turn it over in the neutral zone, right onto the stick of Dane Upton. Onto the stick of Learmouth, back over to Upton. He can't field it properly and has to draw back for a moment. He's pestered by Luke Jurgensen on the forecheck. In the neutral zone, tipped onto the stick of the Cougs. It's Sam Hembry, the senior alternate captain. Tries to get it for Sahovinen. Jurgensen and Sam Hembry there as well. They're kind of scrumming for this puck in the neutral zone, and it kicks onto the stick of Cole Carlson. Here comes the captain. Will he be able to put on a move? No, he has it poke checked away. He's bullied away from the puck. Cole Carlson can't get anything going, as Jurgensen absolutely lays out Preston Graves, just shoves him into the ground. Keegan Lucas, a shot from the blue line, pad save. Can they clean it up? No, they can't. Sahovinen kind of got forced down to the ice there out in front. Carlson tries to pass it across for Jurgensen, but he ends up with the puck. Tries to stuff it home. It's loose out in front and cleaned up by Learmouth. He plays it off the boards and down ice. Sam Hembry has to go back to clean it up.
With that being said, Cole Carlson moving pretty fast for it being a cold day, and we have another football update as it doesn't involve the Seahawks this time, but it involves the Broncos, who got an overtime win versus the Bills, but Bo Nix is out for the rest of the season. Huge news right there.
Cougs back in their own zone. Keegan Lucas. Sam Hembry paired on defense. Lucas turns it right over to the Griz. Number 21, Ethan Jurlick will take this puck. Try and fire it on net, but it's sealed off by Alexi Cool. Jurlick back out to the blue line. For number 6, a shot. Hamlin trying to connect from the blue line. Doesn't work, and it's turned over right onto the stick of Hank Hamlet. The freshman tries to put on a move, has to just backhand it into the zone. He'll track down his own shot, and here it is. Brandon Smith with the puck behind the cage. What are his options? We'll try and get out to the blue line, and he will for Lucas Robinson. Plays off the boards, turned over right onto the blade of Javier Hamlin, and here he comes past the logo. Up the gut, past the blue line, puts on a move, tries to put on a shot, doesn't work. Almost collided with Alexi Cool as the Cougars are going to try and clean this up. They'll blow this play dead. Looks like there's a penalty coming up. Alexi Cool able to make a clutch save there.
Well, just overall, it comes down to who makes the most mistakes. Yes, WSU has made the most mistakes, but it also comes down Montana's not making almost any mistakes. Any kind of break you think or WSU's pushing in, there's always at least 2 defenders right there to crush whoever it is. Right now, it was Hank Hamlet. It happened to Cole Carlson a couple of times. The Montana Grizzlies just playing sound defense right now.
Time running off the clock here at the Woodland Park Ice Rink. Only a minute and 40 left. Neutral zone face-off won by the Griz. Number 24, Wagner. He'll try and play it in, and he will. Around the boards onto the stick of Lucas Clark. Turned right over to Upton. Pardon me, that's Kramer, one of the goal scorers tonight. Upton also has a goal for the Griz. Shot from number 23 off the pillows of Alexi Cool. Cleaned up by the Cougs, and they'll backhand it into the neutral zone. Pardon me, no, it was kept in by the Griz. Kramer's with the puck. Backhands it onto the stick of number 7, Pankratz. Back onto Kramer's stick. What are his options? Near side, skates out, up the gut, will drop it off for number 23. That's Matt Klein. Pushes it through the slot, bounces around off bodies. No one can see this puck, and it's finally ringed around the boards onto the stick of Max Lazaro. Turns it right over. A shot. Where is this puck? It's going to be cleaned up by number 21, Ethan Jurlick, pardon me. This puck is going to leak down through the neutral zone into the Griz's half. There's 46 seconds left in the frame. The Griz leading 4-0.
The clock is ticking on these Cougars right now. They have lost the period. That was one thing we said they needed to do regardless if it was one goal. But the one goal goes Montana's way.
Matt Klein, the freshman, a shot, save made by Alexi Cool Kramer. Another shot. This puck is chipped up and kept in by Dan Upton. He'll try and put on a move. On his backhand, what'll he do? At the blue line, saucers it across almost through the slot into the near side now. Pushed on net. They'll try and stuff it home. It doesn't work. The pads of Alexi Cool stay strong and deny the Griz. Going back to play it, Dan Upton. There's 12 seconds left in the frame. One of the goal scorers tonight. He's a sophomore out of Missoula, Montana. So Overton's going to fight for this puck in the neutral zone. Push it back deeper. 3 seconds left on the clock. They'll elapse, and frame number 2 comes to a close. The Griz, the only team to get on the spreadsheet from a goal from Luke Pizzi, and they're going to head to the locker room. 40 minutes in the books, up by 4.
Well, honestly, that second period was like, he kind of brought it up multiple times, a little bit of a boring period. But if you're from Montana, that's okay for you. You want a boring period, especially a boring period where you get a goal and just make that lead a little bit larger. It's just been a great overall game for them. WSU has no answers as of right now. They need something to get going. We said they need that flashlight. They need something. They need a light from one of the captains, even maybe a freshman. That fourth line has been pretty dominant for the Cougs right now, despite no goals. But I want to say they have one of the at least second place for most shots for on the most lines right now for the Cougars. Even with Jordan Belly, I promise you, he faced maybe 8 shots in that second period the last 10 minutes. He's still not going to be as hot as he wants to be. It's freezing cold outside, I believe 25 degrees. You can build off that. I promise you, if you get one, and Coach Lipinacci says all the time, you need 5 to win a game. If you get 5, you can win this game.
Absolutely. The Griz are going to head to the locker room 4-0. Luke Pizzi tallies his second of the game, doubles his total on the year. He came into this game with 2 goals, and now he's got 4. The freshman out of Black Diamond, Washington. The blueprint for the Griz has been working so far, and let's see if they can't keep it up in frame number 3. Smith Slye joined by Connor Simmons in the broadcast booth from beautiful Kalispell, Montana. You're listening to Cougar Hockey only on KUGR, Cougar College Radio. We'll be right back. Don't you dare go away.
This is a KUGR sports production,
Good pass down low to Airstrip, and he scores off the glass.
giving you play-by-play coverage of all your favorite WSU athletics.
He doesn't get it! He's stuck at the line!
Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and more.
Absolutely electrifying play from Washington State to get him right back in this game.
Follow us on YouTube at KUGR Sports to listen to every game live.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Never miss a moment with the best in the West. KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
Gets the Cougs on the board with less than 20 seconds remaining in this first period. Here come the Cougs.
And now, back to the game.
You're listening to Cougar Hockey on KUGR.
40 minutes has came and went, and within those 40 minutes, winds up with the Grizzlies with 4 goals and the Cougars with a big old goose egg. 4-0 hockey game heading into this third period here in Montana with a good ways away from home. Smith, it hasn't been a pretty game for the Cougs, even though it's been a pretty night. What is something you can look forward to in this third period between both teams?
Well, I'm looking forward to a fresh cup of hot chocolate. I just finished off the one I have right now, trying to keep myself as warm as I possibly can. It's dropped down to 24 degrees right now in the northwestern half of Montana. And like I said, it's a 4-0 lead right now for the Griz. And in the ACHA, you know, if you're in the NHL, you're down 4-0, that's brutal. That's basically your night's over, right? In the ACHA, 4 goals, to be honest with you, doesn't really mean anything. You need 5, at least 5 to win in the ACHA. Lupinacci says that so many times. So for the Griz, you got to expand that 4-0 lead because that can be gone in a heartbeat if you allow. If you blink, it can be 4-4 before you know it. But the Cougs haven't really been playing like that's even a possibility, though. It doesn't look like the Cougs have really been able to get any quality opportunities. They had some more there in the second period, and if they can build on that for frame number 3, it could be exciting for Coug fans who made the drive all the way up to Kalispell.
Well, with a third period about to get underway, the Cougs need to start fastening up and stop being so slow as they're looking like fossils out there. Third period underway, 4-0 hockey game. Montana out in front as they look to push in once again immediately. Looking to get it to Luke Jurgensen, the 6th man out of Montana State, maybe looking to get some revenge or a quick goal in this game. Puck dribbles its way out to center ice. A lot of turnovers happening. We saw this a lot early on in the WSU season between no matter who they were playing, Smith, and we're seeing a lot of it tonight. Clears its way back to Alexi Kuhl behind his net. Simone Sovin on his left. Clears out to Sam Hembry. Empty net, but the Montana Grizzly Bear just fanned on the shot. Could have made it a 5-0 game despite it being a far shot. Looking to deal once again is number 6, Hamlin. Shot on net. Trickles away from Keegan Lucas. Luke Jurgensen helping him with a 2-on-2 battle on the boards. Near side right next to our cameraman, Zach. A shot on net by number 21, Geralnick. His shot leads to a bad, clear attempt by the Cougars, and we're coming right back to this side of the ice with 19 minutes exactly in this third period. Montana out in front 4-0.
Immediately a lazy play there from the Cougs and icing there. Again, that's just some lazy hockey when you really get down to it if you're icing the puck like that. This early in the period, you got 18 minutes, 59 seconds, basically 19 minutes left in the period. You're down by 4, and the Cougs immediately at the very outset of this third frame, it's kind of been the Grizzlies pouncing on the Cougs a little bit.
Clears it out the blue line. Thought he was going to pass it to his other defenseman, number 11, Terry Learmouth, but just a bad idea by his former right defenseman. Looking cleared out in front. No, nothing is found. Tip right back to the man, Geralnick. At the point, shot on Alexi Kuhl. He's able to get down just in time and save that shot. Number 7 is the man, Will Pankratz. Another shot, maybe from the point. No. One time, by Will Pankratz hits the feet, the skates of Keegan Lucas. We're at 11, like Smith brought up in the second period. Looking to go back and forth. Another shot from the point. Alexi Kuhl swallows that one whole. And I guess you could say, if you're going to the other side of the ice, the beast of the belly. As both goalies, since that first period, Alexi Kuhl has calmed down, only let in 1 goal. Both looking like they have Velcro hands, making a lot of good stops.
Now, like we just mentioned there, Keegan Lucas wearing number 11. That was the number he started the year wearing the first few games of the season. Then he switched to number 34. And since wearing 34, he's put up 2 goals and 3 assists. And when he's worn number 11, he hasn't been the most productive.
And a high wrist shot right there by number 15, Gray Wagner. Is 2 minutes early on in this third period leads to the 5th goal of the game for Montana.
blink and you miss it, Connor. I apologize. I thought I had time to get that little bit of insight in, but the Griz just proved me wrong. Just absolute snipe job from Gray Wagner. That's his 7th goal of the year. He goes from 6 to 7 goals. The Lake de Flambeau native from Wisconsin, that's just a huge goal for the Griz early in the 3rd period to kind of put some distance between them and the Cougs.
Just overall fast, quick shot. One of the very few shots you've seen all year that truly beats Alexi Cool, and Wagner is on a high list, maybe the Mount Rushmore against Alexi Cool goal scorers. Bringing it in once again is the Grizzlies. Just keep on hounding the Cougs. Looking to get back, passes the puck to the center ice, can't get it to his man, number 8, Roscliffe. A shot on net from the point leads to it clearing away. No Cougar touched it with 17 minutes left and 40 seconds left in this 3rd period. Montana gets their 5th goal of the game. Pushing in once again. Cougars not even able to touch the puck right now. Shot from the point leads to Alexi Cool. Good save. Might have a little break going. Evan King is the man to try and sprint up. Can't really see what's happening in that far corner as of right now. Behind the net of Jordan and Belly. Holding it down once again. Grizzlies looking to clear it. Sends it all the way down. Not going to be icing. First man up. Shot by number 14. Lexi Cool is able to stiff that one clean on the left post. Bring it in is Lex Ballard. We brought up Keegan Lucas. Lex Ballard and Keegan Lucas both lead defensemen in goals on the year so far. Maybe one of them can get ahead so far in the later half of this game. Bring it in once again. Slammed against the boards. Number 8, Max Ruskelup. He's going to try and get a pass out. 3 Montana wing and 1 defender of Montana is able to try and steer clear and keep in Cougs zone. Keeping it out, though, to center ice is going to be Van Rainer, Brandon Smith. No, that's going to be Lex Ballard brings it. He shoots and scores! What a shot!
Absolutely beautiful from Lex Ballard, the freshman defenseman. His 3rd goal on the year. 3 goals and 8 assists on his freshman campaign. The rookie out of Edmonds, Washington. That is massive. He is a spark plug. Just zips that puck right past the dome of Belly.
Just overall great shot, and I don't want to say maybe this is the opposite of the commentator jinx. I did bring up him and Keegan Lucas, both were tied for goals. Maybe he can get something later in the game. Fast forward about 45 seconds, and Lex Ballard makes a future a reality, as it is a 5-1 hockey game. Lex Ballard with a great shot right there, high and right over the shoulder of Jordan Belly. Face-off is won at center ice by Montana. Montana's been dominating most of this possession, but a great opportunity, great shot by Lex Ballard leads to a 5-1 hockey game, and that big old goose egg is not going to be good to go, and no shutout here for Montana tonight by both goalies combined. Sam Hembry looking for a man. Bad pass leads to it going stolen away right behind the skates of St. Louis. A wrist shot right into the stomach of Alexi Cool, and he swallows that one whole.
I want to go back to that Lex Ballard goal. That is just a huge momentum builder there for the Cougs. Lex Ballard, he's kind of the spark plug for these Cougs. He's the metronome of sorts. He kind of keeps the tempo for this team, keeps them in these games, and that goal is really, really huge because that goal allows you to kind of build a little bit of momentum. You were looking kind of flat for most of this game, so you're finally able to break through, remove the goose egg off the board, and you're finally able to get on the board, and you can use that to maybe claw your way back in. Like I said, a 4-0 lead can go away like that. So for Lex Ballard, that is huge.
Well, he was on that Crimson Corner podcast, and so we know he has a lot of personality. With that in mind, what do you think that goal was, dust or Stye?
Definitely dust. Definitely Stye. Pardon me, my brain just completely froze.
Keegan Lucas battling on the boards against number 21, my apologies, Ethan Geraldnick, who's been all over the game so far. Looking to get shot center ice over the top shoulder and scores! Number 7, Will Pankratz, my apologies. Just an overall great shot. Is that his 2nd of the game? No, his
first of the game.
First of the game, yes. He has a lot of assists. We've seen a lot of him and Jerlenik. Just overall, great overall game. 6-1 hockey game. A lot of goals. 3 goals within the first 4 minutes of this hockey game. It is with 15 minutes and 50 seconds left in this 3rd period. It is 6-1, and all of the shots in this 3rd period have been amazing shots and have cleanly beat all the goaltenders. As a shot from the point rattles its way to Alexi Cool, and he slows the game down as he covers it up.
And that is brutal there for Alexi Cool and for the Cougs. You finally, like I said, you finally got a little bit of momentum finally swinging your way. And then, of course, Pancratz kind of finds the glitch in the Cougars' code and is able to slip that one past Alexi Cool for goal number 6. And so right now for the Cougs, you just got to prevent this game from just like sliding out of your reach.
And don't get me wrong, Montana obviously is a good team in a hard division. That's why the record has been so far mid this year. As David Bushkin, the freshman phenom, brings it up, trying to backhand to center ice. It leads to a diving, not save, but a diving cover-up by Jordan Belly to slow the game down once again.
Yeah, like you just mentioned there, Connor, the record so far for the University of Montana Griz, 11-12-1. Not the most impressive, but then you look at Wazoo, they're 13-12, so they're just slightly better, just slightly above 500. But you know, both these teams kind of average in their conferences.
Yes, as it is blown dead right there after a Ethan Maurer shot. I believe the call, there is going to be a penalty, so this can get the Cougs right back on the scoreboard right now if they can have a good power play.
Yeah, that's number 23, Matt Klein, the freshman, Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City, so he's going to take a seat in the sin bin. Doesn't have a goal at all tonight. He's got 8 goals, 14 assists on the season, 22 points. So a very impressive freshman campaign.
Another touchdown by the Seahawks. Tipped on net, almost a big tipper. Goal leads to a Jordan Belly having to recover up on his own rebound right there. And he brought it up the Windy City. And he's probably seen stranger things, I guess you could say. After a penalty like that. On the far or near face-off circle, can't really see much between the boards. I believe there's a battle, trying to maybe get another shot. Rips one to Cole Carlson. It leads to it trickling away. Trying to clear it, Cole Carlson does not keep it in, and so does, and Sam Hembry doesn't either. Sam Hembry sends it back out to Cole Carlson. Cole Carlson gives it up to a man. It's Melissa Hoven. Hoven trying to get out in front, just clears it behind the net of Jordan Belly. Belly covers it up with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this power play. 14 minutes and 49 seconds left in this third period. 6-1 hockey game. Montana Grizzlies out in front.
Cougs are definitely not out of this game. I feel like I'm going to keep repeating this. Again, you need 5 goals to win the ACHA. They've got 5 right now, but there's still plenty of time for the Cougs to kind of muscle their way back into this game.
Almost thought Sam Hembry was going to shoot it from the point. Leads to WSU passing back and forth, a little Jackie Moon action. Maybe to shoot one off the chest of Belly. He clears it into the benches, and we're going to have to reset. A little bit of a scary sight right there if you see a puck flying towards you on the bench.
Definitely, especially when it's this cold out, everything's going to hurt a little bit more. Your fingers are definitely a little bit colder. Yep. Your face, all your appendages are going to be a little bit more frozen. When that puck hits you, it's going to sting for a long time.
And those guys are moving. Let me tell you right now, as the Cougs win the faceoff once again, Ham Hembry, slap shot into the beast of the belly, I guess you could say. Another shot, rebounding, going left and right, back and forth. WSU keeping in the zone. Good job by then. Cole Carlson, wrist shot from the point. Doesn't get it to go. Max Lazaro trying to control the rebound. Finds out to Sam Hembry. He rips another one. Far left. It looks like Montana's going to be able to clear unless Cole Carlson. No, good stick by Van Rayner, the captain, keeping it in the zone. Van Rayner sends it right back to Cole Carlson, the Canadian man. Behind the net to Belly, trying to get back in front. Van Rayner, wrist shot, shoots. Nothing found there. Sam Hembry's going to try and keep it into the zone, and he does keep it in the zone. No, and it is finally, no, it's not cleared away just yet. Van Rayner trying to get out in front. Maybe get to Belly. No, Max Lazaro finds himself with the puck. Swings across, he gets a shot, almost a big tipper. Nothing found once again. WSU pressing, Belly standing strong. Lazaro, another fast wrist shot. Again, another save by Belly. Good opportunity right there for the Cougars. He's going back and forth behind the net of Jordan Belly. Montana doing a good job defensively right now. Keeping it in the zone. No, it's finally cleared out as a bad pass. This is WSU not controlling it. And that is going to be about 10 seconds left in the power play. See if WSU can get something going. Shoved to the ice as Gerald Nick shoves him into the ice. And Belly's going to cover this up and slow the game down, as this could be a smart face-off for the Cougars right now. There's still 4 seconds left, so they still have the man advantage. Down by 5, 13 minutes and 22 seconds left in this third period.
That was a flurry of quality opportunities from the Cougs. Some great shots from the blue line, some shots from the wings. So the Cougs were trying to connect against Belly. Nothing was really quite getting past him. But I mean, if you keep throwing shots like that on that, eventually something's going to go.
And we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. It is set. The puck is in Montana's zone, though. Let's see if the Cougs can capitalize. From the point, nothing found there. Lex Ballard shot. Hits the legs of number 12, Ben Kramers, who has a goal in this game. Kramers pushing up 1-on-5. Gets slammed against Reed Mullen and Lex Ballard. Man coming up, Blake Jurgensen. Tips and high and wide and home run. It looked to be as a tip right there leads to another fan going home with a puck, a souvenir, I guess you could say.
Home run is the probably perfect phrase I would use for that. That was almost a beautiful sight there. That puck just kind of launched way out into the night sky. You lost sight of it after a while. It definitely looked like a home run ball being launched out of the ballpark.
You need a stethoscope to see that one. As it got farther and farther away, Reed Mullen going to be the man to try and control the rebound. Gets it tipped under his feet, out in front, and Gamlin. No, nothing found on the top. Here comes the Cougs once again, cleared off the boards. Thought that was going to hit me, but yes, there's a glass here. Having to regroup is the Grizzlies. With about 12 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game, what is something the Cougs got to keep going strong with, Smith?
Well, you got to be executing your passes. You saw them on those, again, that flurry of opportunities that I mentioned before. They were executing their passes. And when they started to hiccup a little bit was when they weren't able to execute those passes. Passing's been atrocious for the Cougs all year. So executing the passes and keeping the skate speed up.
Looking to center up in front. Nothing has been found, though. Number 12, Ben Kramers, gets it stolen away from him all the way up to Evan King. King going in all by himself. Looking to get past the man, gets it stolen away, tipped away. Good poke check right there by the Grizzly defender. Keeping it in the zone, Sam Hembry. Wrist shot leads to Jordan Belly controlling that puck and stopping the game. 11 minutes and 58 seconds left. 6-1 hockey game in this third period, and Montana out in front.
I'm really liking these shots from Sam Hembry so far, the senior. He's looking for his first goal on the year. He's got 6 assists, no goals. He's out Tacoma, Washington, 5'10", 190 pounds. He's been just firing pucks all night, firing pucks on net all night. And I mean, again, like I said, eventually one of them is bound to get past Belly.
Well, Montana just has had a dominant game so far. You know, head coach Marcus Baxter has them very organized in that organization. It's just been brutal right now as the Cougs can't find anything to go outside of those couple power plays and obviously that Lex Ballard beautiful shot. Face-off on the far near face-off zone. Gonna be won by the Grizzlies. Pushing in all by himself. No, 2-on-2 break coming in. Loses the puck is number 6, Javier Hamlin. Hamlin tries to get it right back. Cleared away into center ice. Stiffed down. Looked like a LeBron James block shot right there. Bringing it back in. A lot of puck dumpage right now by WSU. A lot of turnovers going back and forth between both teams here at center ice as nothing can be good. It's going to be offsides is going to be called. A little late. A push and shove as Ethan Maurer and at number 8, Max Rolskup into a push battle right there.
They got 11 minutes and 22 seconds left. Cougs down by 5, 6-1. Again, I feel like a broken record every single time I say this. You need 5 goals to win the ACHA. The Griz have 5. You're about midway through this third period, but the Cougs they've got quite a bit of life in this third period. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they start to make a bit of a push.
It would be kind of surprising here late in this game. Back in front, shoots. What a great passing play right there. And number 7 has been home for Montana.
I retract my prior statements. Yeah, that was number 19 there. That was John Baird. Gets his first goal of the night, his 9th of the year. Again, the Erie, Colorado native. He leads the team for penalty minutes, but he's making up for it by getting on the spreadsheet tonight. That's just absolutely brutal for the Cougs right there.
Just an overall great plays. It somehow turned into a 2-on-1 for Montana, and only one defenseman was back for WSU. And it was just a broken play. It almost looked to be as it's a perfect pass, saucer pass onto the Steck of Bayard, and he's able to just get it right over the shoulder of Alexi Cool right in front of the net. Almost looked like a Chell video game, I guess you can say, goal. Right there's Alexi Cool led in number 7 tonight. Bring it back in, number 24, Teague Wagner. Teague Wagner gets stolen away from him. No, right back to him. Right, trying to get out in front. Might have a 2-on-1 break for the Cougs. No, great stick and great feet right there by Dan Upton, who got the first goal of this game, and he's a speedster. You can tell by just watching him on the ice. It's cleared behind the net. A belly clears back around. Teague Wagner passes to a man, looking to get it out in front once again. It is tipped, so there won't be an icing regardless. They call it off. Reed Mullen. Mullen almost gets it stolen away. Gets to Hank Hamlet. Hamlet clears it to his man, number 15, Lucas Clark. Lucas Clark gets shoved to the ice almost immediately after touching the puck. Bringing it in once again is Montana. A lot of turnovers, puck dumpage. Not a lot of good opportunities right now happening for the Cougs. The man gets shoved down to the ice. Lucas Clark looking for a guy, gets it stolen away. All by himself, looks to be a wrist shot. Clear high and wide, and that's number 2 home run of the day. Number 27, Clay Walker.
Yeah, Clay Walker, I absolutely love that play. I've said it a couple times. I've been really loving him so far in the Missoula Maroon, the Great Falls, Montana native. He's a senior his last year with the Griz. That was a great play there. You kind of just catch the Cougs sleeping a little bit, force that turnover, use your speed to your advantage.
Almost a shot, but good opportunity. I believe that was Keegan Lucas getting in front of the shot, so Lexi Cole doesn't face one right there. Stuck into the netting, trying to get back up front. Lexi Cole gets a good save. With 10 minutes left in this third period, Montana up 7-1. Lexi Cole's going to slow the game down. Just ever since we said the Cougs have a chance, and we might have been an announcer jinx, it seemed to be 2 back-to-back goals and kind of killed their confidence a little bit, especially after that Lex Ballard goal.
I feel like I should just keep my mouth shut now regarding the Cougs. I should, it's just every single time we say, hey, the Cougs are really getting some momentum back, it just kind of gets zapped away by the Griz.
Well, it's been an overall beautiful night if you're Montana, not a great night if you're for WSU, but overall a very cool night here in the dark moonlight game of the Winter Classic of Montana versus WSU. As the play has been cleared away, not gonna be icing as it trickles its way again with a lot of snow on the ice. The puck has been able to slow down pretty fast so far in this game. At center ice, Montana hits Samalu Sahovan. Samalu Sahovan gets it to the ground as he almost gets hit right there. He finds himself with the puck now going 3-on-1. Gets shoved right there, almost pushed off the puck in the corner where of course we can't see. Sends it out in front, Belly almost found the puck behind his own net right there. Sends it out again, back and forth, and here comes Montana once again pushing. Makes a couple guys miss. No, WSU's able to steal it right there. As a man out in front looking to find Reed Mullen just out of reach. Lex Ballard, another wrist shot. He shoots. Nothing found there. Lex Ballard was looking for number 2 at the moment. Lex Ballard gonna be the man to push and forecheck. Going against number 7, Pankrats. Pass it to his man, number 6, Javier Hamlin. Hamlin's able to try to clear it out for the Grizzlies. A big lineup right now for the Cougs. No really cool opportunities or good opportunities, I guess to say, outside of that Lex Ballard shot, but a very tall lineup is something you want to experiment with as Coach Lupinacci is going to be experimenting down 7-1 right now.
Absolutely. I loved that forecheck there from the Cougs, but here's an opportunity that I know they're going to bring it on offsides. My heart got racing there for a second. I thought there was a quick turnover there, but that was some great forechecking there from the Cougs on a couple of those opportunities. They were just really hemming in the Griz in their own zone, kind of forcing them to have to make saves constantly. Lex Ballard was at the heart of that. Sam Henry was at the heart of that. Alexi Coole's night is done. Kane Paxton's going to come in tonight. Or sorry, Cole Eastman, pardon me. Cole Eastman. There's too many goalies to keep track of.
I know.
Cole Eastman's going to come in for the first time this year for the Cougs. His Cougar debut in the 2025-2026 season. I'm excited to see what happens here.
No, it should be pretty exciting for the fans at home. We do apologize as the feed. You guys cannot watch the game. We will still be giving you a radio call as you guys can still hear our voices. But like Smith just said, Cole Eastman is the man in net. With 8 minutes left in this hockey game, they are up 7-1. Montana, let's see if Cole Eastman can end off this game strong for the Cougs, not let any goals go in. With that being said, Jordan Belly was looking for a man out in front. Keegan Lucas at center ice, clears it back into the zone, gets the Cougs regrouped. David Bushkin is going to be the man on the forecheck. Nothing found for David Bushkin. Can't get a stick on it. Passing back and forth. Montana, wrist shot or a pass maybe to the other opposite corner. Just seems like there's no, it's David Bushkin lays a man out down on center ice. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left, 7-1 Montana out in front. Good move right there by number 8, Max Roslovic. And now for both, as Brandon Smith gets it stolen away from him, just can't get his puck on it. Might be the first shot on Cole Eastman. No, number 4 takes it back, Alex Niebauer at the point. Almost loses it, shot high, almost hits a man out in front, a scrum in front of the net. Nobody knows who has it. Montana comes out with it at the point again, looking maybe to get another shot. Saucers it to his man, number 3, Toyala. Looking out in front, Cole Eastman does not save as it goes 5-hole on him. As we have a 8-1 hockey game, 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in this third period.
Well, welcome back to the ACHA. Cole Eastman, that is just absolutely brutal. His save percentage is a flat 0%, 1 shot face and 1 goal against. That is just crazy. Unfortunate for Cole Eastman, his first game back in a Cougar jersey.
As we get right back into the action, puck drop was won by the Cougs. Clearing out, good stick last second by number 16, Micah Clark. Leads to an opportunity where the Grizzlies have to regroup, and I believe icing is going to get called as we're heading down to the opposite end. Here comes Micah Clark, Lex Ballard. I believe that's Wyatt Perry getting some of his first minutes, it looks to be today. Smiley Sahovinen and Cole Carlson. 6 minutes, 26 seconds left in this third period. 8-1 hockey game. Again, we do apologize if you guys cannot see the feed, but we will be your eyes and ears as we will be doing the radio call for the game. A wrist shot on Cole Eastman gets his first save of the season and of the year of 2026. Wyatt Perry, good hit right there. Micah Clark behind the net of Cole Eastman passes it to Lex Ballard, so snow's in the air. Thought a snowflake landed on me last second. Lex Ballard and Cole Carlson trying to clear it out. It is cleared, so they're going to call offsides if a Montana player touches it. It's cleared away. Should not be icing. Yep, number 6 controls it on his stick, Javier Hamlin. Cleared back away. Number 20, Lex Ballard now with the puck. Again, maybe looking for number 2, Sahovinen. Trying to find a man. Tries to get it to him. It is tipped. It shouldn't be icing. No, they're going to call it icing. I thought it was tipped, but we're heading back to a Cougar zone.
And again, lazy play there from Smiley Sahovinen, just trying to fire it down ice, trying to get the pressure off the Cougs a little bit. And the Griz are not letting up off the pressure. You saw that goal there on Cole Eastman. Of course, he makes a save right after, so now his save percentage is at a nice 500. Easy math for us to do here in the broadcast booth. He's making it easy again. This is his first game back with the Cougs after having taken a break. So, welcome back to the ACHA. And the Griz lead this game 8-1.
With 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in this third period, Montana is up 8-1. After another icing, we're heading right back. So there's prolonging this game if it's 8-1. It's cold outside. Everybody's feeling it. It's 24 degrees here in Kalispell.
And the one thing I'll say, Connor, is yes, the score is 8-1, but I'll be perfectly honest with you, it has not felt like an 8-1 hockey game. It's felt like the Griz have kind of been, slowly but surely adding goals onto the tally.
As Wyatt Perry takes a tumble right in front of us right here. Number 7 was the man Will Pankratz, who's been all over this game despite not getting a goal. I want to say has a couple assists, a couple big hits, and just good opportunities by him. Sends Wyatt Perry down to the ice. Behind the net of Cole Eastman, trying to get out in front. Nothing found there. Lex Ballard's able to just clear it. We have a 2-on-1 break between Max Lazaro and Cole Carlson. Let's see if something can get going. Cole Carlson has to get back on his horse. It's a bad pass, and nothing comes of it as Max Lazaro just leads Cole Carlson a little bit too much. Cole Carlson, wrist shot. High, wide right. Lazaro almost on the rebound, trying to get out in front, and they're able to clear it. That's Montana trying to clear back in front of number 12. No. WSU clears it back into the zone. A lot of dump action right there is number 24. Teague Wagner will be on the defensive end, who is on the defense right now and touches the puck for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies doing a good job. Survived the 2-on-1 break between probably the two most offensively dangerous, Max Lazaro and Cole Carlson. They're going to call offsides as the move last second by Aiton Jerelnick just was a little bit too late as he tried to, go around him.
That potential scoring opportunity there with Max Lazaro and Cole Carlson was just utterly disgusting, and I don't mean that in a good way. You were telling me you had a 2-on-1 opportunity, and all you had to do was make a good pass to Cole Carlson. You just couldn't do it, and that sums up the offensive struggles for the Cougs this year.
And another one right there is Reed Mullen and Lucas Robinson. Just a miscommunication is they won the face-off, but nobody went to the puck right there, so now leads to Montana with puck possession in Cougar zone. Sends it behind the net of Cole Eastman. Number 8 is Max Rusklup. Slams the man against the boards. Nothing's going to be called right there. It was Reed Mullen who gets slammed. Then they send it back and forth, and some pushing and shoving's coming to be.
That's Reed Mullen and number 28, Preston Graves, the freshman Preston Graves, and then the junior Reed Mullen kind of exchanging some words there. Lazaro's going to skate his way to the sin bin, so he'll take a seat for 2 minutes. There's 4 minutes left in the period, so the Cougs are going to be down a man for the last half of this.
Hovinen looks like he hurt his ankle right there as he is walking off gingerly as his right foot does not look to be okay right now. Samuel Hovinen, one of the captains of this team, looking a little bit injured right there. As Lex Bauer comes in, center ice, shoots into Jordan Belly, just right into his center of this chest. Could have been a better shot and a good opportunity. Lex Bauer was looking for number 2 right there with 3 minutes and 9 seconds left in this third period. 1 minute and 4 seconds left on 4-on-4 hockey. Montana up 8-1.
Yeah, our broadcast partner, Caitlin Cherney, says it all the time. If you shoot it into the chest of the goaltender, you're never going to score. I mean, Lex Ballard is the only Coug to tally a goal so far this game. Again, like you said, he's looking for goal number 2, but you're just not going to be able to beat Belly if you're shooting it right into the logo.
A great chance right there that comes to nothing. 24 brings it up the ice. Teague Wagner gets hit up in front. Cole Eastman with a good save. He was sliding. They're going to call, I believe the net came off of its, padding, I guess you could say.
Yeah, absolutely. Cole Eastman getting a little too aggressive there with those saves. He's just trying to paddle it away, pad save it away as well. I'm liking the setup right now from Cole Eastman. He's got the all black pads. Well, hard to say if they're black, more of a dark brown. Black pads, black blocker, black glove. I'm loving the cage from Cole Eastman as well. He's got the old school Wazoo logo on there, a bit of a darker hue than Lexi Cool's claw mark design that he has on his. So some good goalie masks for the Cougs.
And speaking of, like, it looked like he kicked it off of its stand by using it as like a push, kind of to get there faster. Last time we saw that was the last outdoor Winter Classic game. Western Washington's goalie did that quite a bit, and we had some questions if he was doing it on purpose in high opportunity chances. As a wrist shot leads to Cole Eastman not touching it whatsoever. Keegan Lucas trying to get out. Lex Ballard moving pretty fast. Good job by Lex Ballard taking a man off, and it's cleared. It's going to be offsides. Exactly. Good call by the referees right there. Keegan Lucas moving in all by himself, looking to maybe tie up Lex Ballard in this game. Drops it off. Shot. Cleared high and wide, and it's over the boards.
There's a little freshman to freshman action there. That was Keegan Lucas on defense. He left it back for David Bushkin, the freshman phenom. He was looking for goal number 16 on the year. Comes up empty there. But again, the young core for these Cougs trying their best. I mean, the freshman Lex Ballard has a goal so far this game. So it's the young talent that's kind of been getting things done so far for the Cougs.
Face-off won by Montana. Stolen away. Looked to get goal number 2. Battle up in front. Doesn't find the back of the net. Good job right there by Montana goalie Jordan Belly. Bringing it in 2-on-2 hockey, looking to maybe cut it. Center ice, try to get it to Cole Eastman. Another shot, tipped away. Good save by Cole Eastman right there. Back in front, number 23 at center ice, looking for a man. Rips one on net. Cole Eastman with another good save. Try to get to his man 15, Gray Wagner, who has a good shot, the first goal of the third period in this game. Back and forth, almost a hooking was called. Referee didn't put his hand up though. Tried to center it. Out in front, Lucas Robinson is able to get a steal for them as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. With a minute and 45 seconds left in this third period, Montana up 8-1. Robinson with the puck possession at center ice, clears it around. Cole Eastman now drops it to his man, Reed Mullen. Mullen sends it around the boards, tried to get to his man, number 7, Hank Hamlet, but it's a bad pass and leads to Montana getting it, but Hank Hamlet gets the shot. He's gonna be the man racing down. He's gonna battle against Belly. Belly sounds it behind his back to number 11, Terry Learmouth. Learmouth clears it up. Tries to get to his man. Here they come, right down Broadway. Center ice, wrist shot. Cole Eastman saves it. Almost knuckles it down. And a swat almost comes over towards us as we could have caught it right there. Smith back to center ice again, backhand. Cole Eastman being active with his stick right there. 21, another looking to get a wrist shot. He shoots just wide left right there. Gives it up to Wyatt Perry. They're trying to get something going as Evan King, Wyatt Perry connection was working out for a little bit right there. Jaronick looking for his first goal of the game. He's got a bunch of assists and a good plays so far this game. Just couldn't get anything to go. Wyatt Perry sends it out to his man. I believe that is Lex Ballard moving all by himself. Ballard trying to find somebody out in front of the net, goes behind the net. Stolen away, no, out in front. Tried to get to him, nothing found though once again, just at the skates. Moving in all by himself, number 21, Jaronick finds a man, tries to center it back in front, but he falls down. The play looked to be for Montana for a pick and roll almost basketball style with Jaronick cutting. Cole Eastman, the shot from him is easy to glove down right there, right into his chest. Sam Hembry gets thrown to the ground. I think that was just some pushing and shoving right there. With 21 seconds left in this third period, this game looks to be all but over. 8-1 hockey game here in Montana and Kalispell, 23 degrees outside. Montana wins the faceoff, still getting shots up. Does not matter what the score is apparently. To
the very outset of the game, the very early stage of that first period, Cougs were looking solid. They were looking like they were building on that momentum from that Utah Valley game. And then about halfway through that first period, the wheels, I wouldn't say fell off, loosened would be the word I would use. Yeah. They loosened slightly. The Griz were able to put 3 goals up in the first period. They only tallied 1 in the second. And, you know, if you're a Coug fan, you're watching that game, you're thinking, hey, you went from getting 3 goals scored on you to only getting 1 goal scored on you. And if the math holds up, the algorithm works out, it would end up having no goals scored on you. But you end up allowing 3 to get past you. Pardon me, 4 to get past you in the third period to make it 8-1. Lex Ballard's the only Coug able to get on the score sheet for them, and then he had the last shot as well. So Lex Ballard was kind of trying to put the team on his back a little bit. He's great on defense, but he's a really solid offensive defenseman as well. 3 goals, 8 assists so far as a rookie out of Edmonds, Washington. The Cougs